Hello, everyone. We are live with a MCP Rivals game here between MikeW and TGLord. Mike's on the red side representing the Pork Roll Protocol from the USA and the New Jersey area. We've got him playing his X-Men list here. He's bringing Ultron, and that looks like the rest of the characters are affiliated. Nothing too crazy here. Some pay to flips, some beat 'em up slash objective based missions, and all right, pretty cool. Nothing too crazy. On the other side, we have an Spider Foes list with Doc Ock as the only leader. He's bringing Okoye, Juggernaut, Toad as splashes, and looks like he's got some pay to flip missions as well. Very interesting matchup here between two crises oriented teams for the most part. I'll let them know we're ready to go. And joining me on commentary is Shadow Marvel from the Gamers Guild. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you? You didn't say. How are you doing?
I am. I'm doing pretty good. I haven't streamed a game in a little while, so I kind of like have been getting the shakes.
It's been like 5 days or something.
Yeah. It's been too long, I guess. But yeah, so I'm excited for this one. This will be really important because both teams are 1-1. So whoever wins this is just needs one more to clinch the round.
Well, Mike started off by winning the priority, so step one.
That's right. I think so. I mean, I'm seeing struggle for the cube and spider infected on TG Lord's side. But then do we see a sinister traps? Do we have sinister traps in this list? He does. So it's like there's a little bit of like I could grab the middle, but now I can't. Mike chose his extracts. Very interesting.
Yeah. Well, maybe he just didn't mind any of his secures, any of TGLord secures, so he was just like, yeah, I'll do whatever.
Yeah, alien ship. So we got alien ship and sword. So it's a 17 or 15 situation. Alien ship's pretty interesting against the spider foes because with Doc Ock's leadership, they're getting extra power more than a non-power gaining like just like other leaderships, and so maybe that might come back and bite TG Lord. We'll see if that anti synergy with the crisis ends up being a thing. 15 threat here. What do you think about that? What are we gonna see here?
I have, as much as I stare at my Spider Foes roster that I built, I've yet to play a Spider Foes roster, so I mean, I assume he's very comfortable at 15. He brought the crises and he has it, so he probably has something planned. X-Men are also probably very good at 15 as well. I played against a few X-Men. They can go with a three threat leader. They could be pretty flexible on how wide they can go with sword.
Yeah, the Storm Hop 2 might be a good leadership to use here where you might be able to bounce off one sword point to another without having to take a move action. So
Yeah, that
we'll
might
see
have
how
been
that
another
goes.
reason why he went with his extracts because he has prio, so therefore he might be able to use that to grab one of those extracts and get away from whatever shenanigans, whatever rhino shenanigans might be happening.
Yeah, for sure. I'm certain we're gonna see Rhino in this game as well. He's in like every game, but especially on a mission like Sword, where you want to be moving around, flipping points, and just impacting as much of the board as possible on single character activations. Like you want the availability to do that at least, so that you can impact the scoring towards the end of the round with a single character and maybe flip the game into a winning position for you.
And there's a lot of little terrain all around the middle, so it can get quite in the way. Like a large base could take up a lot of real estate combined with the terrain, so it can making it very hard for a fight. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all good. The Mike in the chat saying Awk Rhino Lizard Aquay Toad double twos is what he's thinking here. We have I've been I made a mistake question mark riling up the spider foes on the fan server today. So I'm not sure.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
You
I don't
gave
know.
him the juice.
Yeah, I don't know if that's how that's gonna go in our chat here, but yeah, they're yeah, we'll see. Isaac, hey, how's it going, Isaac? Good to see you in the chat, man. Love the emojis.
I think the two double twos make sense. When I used to play Sam Spam on 15 threat, I used to do roll with the double twos. Oh, we're
All
about to
right,
find out.
here we go.
There it
And
is, double twos.
look at that. I already said the roster thanks to Mike calling it out. So yes, we've got Awk double twos, Toad Okoye, Blizzard, Rhino. Let's see what he's bringing. He's got Sinister Traps, Robbery, Sacrifice Brace and Surprise Webhead. All right. So the one card that like he didn't bring that is powerful is like custom upgrades. It's like that blind obsession for anyone who's been playing the game for a while. He brought Sinister Traps instead, my guess.
Yeah, I think he didn't do that because Sword tends to bunch people up a little bit more, and you kind of want custom upgrades when you have more of a 1v1 situation. Like it's too much of a risk when there's so many close attacks that you just get smoked off the board.
That's right. We have Storm. We have Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat, Beast, X-23, Domino, Brace for Impact, To Me My X-Men, Xavier's Dream, First Class, Exceptional Healing. So both 5 wide here. The double twos lets TGLord bring 2 4s instead of 3s.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the power of a three threat leader. You just see a lot of very, you don't like Okoye and Toad are really good, but they're also two threats. They can get knocked off the board pretty easily, and TG Lord has to compensate that lack of, you know, sturdiness with his Rhino and his Lizard.
Yeah, pretty interesting here. We have a couple of or a couple of throws on Mike's side, but they're both size 2 with Beast and Storm. So Rhino and Lizard will not be impacted that much. I mean, Beast Spender can impact Lizard's positioning with a wild trigger, but looks like Domino and X-23 here are here to daze and then maybe eventually KO some characters, and that's the ultimate form of control. So we'll see if they're able to do that.
Someone's gotta go big game hunting. Domino's pretty good at that.
Yeah, Domino messed up my Rhino, and I played into an X-Men team I played into Nate Ghostier's X-Men team at Adepticon. His Domino like one rounded my Rhino, and I was like, "Yep,
Yeah,
that makes a lot of that tracks." Okay, that
yeah.
was
I
brutal.
mean, I've had my Deadpool one round a Rhino, so
Nice, yeah,
it's he's got that damage reduction, but it's still just 3 physical, so he can get focused down.
yeah, that's right. And the problem is that like he's always in the mix too, because like you have to spend 3 power to get him out of the mix. Otherwise, he's like always within range one of. And this mission is tight, right? Sword base is like it feels like a tight mission, and the characters are all usually close enough together. So I would not be surprised to see Domino get her opportunity to go into Rhino at some point in the game.
Yeah, or just basically anybody. It's like she has the ability to probably remove anybody on any of these
Yeah,
foes
fair, very
without
fair.
any problem. But and there's not you don't really have that ability. Like there's nothing here that screams, "Oh, Rhino wants to like grab an extract and then run away," because he does. You just don't want to give up these very valuable secures. Like you need to be flipping these secures.
Yeah, that's actually a good point that I had thought about recently too, and that's can I go over side 1 minutes? Yes, yes. All right. He's advancing over. All right, am I crazy? This seems like such an okay. He wants to use To Me My X-Men to advance over a size 1 terrain piece, and you're
I
just
mean,
advancing. So why wouldn't you? Okay. It
yeah,
seems all right. He's okay. Mike's nerves are showing here with questioning all of his how to play the game on a basic fundamental level.
that's what TOs are for. So you
Okay.
don't even have to think. You don't even have to think. You just ask questions like, if do I roll 5 dice with this five
It says
power
5
attack?
on my card. Yeah.
How many do I roll 5 dice? It's not my job to think about these things. It's the TO's job.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, let's see. Matt in the chat as well. He's a supporter. He's a ride or die spider foe. So he's also Canadian. He's one of my locals actually, and
Oh,
one of the first events I went to actually it was a team event, and Matt was on my team. So we go pretty far back on in the MCP world together. Anyway, thanks for joining, Matt. Let's see. He's also So that means he's also Canadian, and of course the TGLord is from the Montreal team. So they're you know kind of Canadian. Just okay. That's a bad joke, but yeah. Okay,
yeah.
he's
Oh
Canadian.
yeah, I,
So
I got that joke too. Speaking as someone who has family from Montreal, like half my family's in Montreal. I get that joke.
Hmm.
I understood that reference.
Okay, let's see what we got so far. So we have Mike's deployed his fourth character. He's got Beast and Storm on this bottom flank, and he's got Shadowcat and Domino on the top flank. Rhino on the other side. We've got Rhino in the middle, Okoye top flank against Domino and Shadowcat, and then we have Doc Ock and Toad on the bottom flank. So they're facing off against Storm and Beast. Looks like X23 is going to the middle so she can pivot in either direction. Um, what I'm seeing here is no To Me X-Men setup play for Mike to grab a flank alien ship. Um, which hold on, actually my mistake, or is that true to say? It looks like it,
It's
and
always so squirrely, the X-Men, but it just feels like neither player is really setting up for any side. I mean, Toad for one of the side ones could go,
yeah,
but they are all pretty center focused. They don't want to lose that sword. They really don't want to lose that sword um, parity early on. But all right, here's that lizard. Lizard's always
yeah.
good to go
The
grab
one thing,
grab
the
that.
one thing that like is like I'm trying to think about is the sinister traps play, and I'm trying to understand like what Mike did to kind of try to circumvent um, that from happening, and I'm not seeing any sort of I'm not seeing anything obvious. Let's see what TGLord does um, now that the board has now settled. Everyone's deployed. Lizard deployed up on the top with Okoye. So we're seeing pretty much a 2-2 split. X23 has hedged herself to the side with Domino and Shadowcat. So we're seeing the control on the bottom side, Beast and Storm, and we're seeing the damage on the top side. So we're gonna see if that how that works for Mike.
Yeah, yeah. Totally forgot Shadowcat's the long mover. I've yet to face against Shadowcat. I think I've played against all the new X-Men, but not Shadowcat. So I'm very excited to see what he does. It also makes sense that Mike is somewhat conservative in his placement because he doesn't know where that trap's going to go. So
Yeah.
he can't like commit too much to any particular objective. But looks like he's going on the inside tra sword-based trap, which is an interesting choice.
Okay, so this sets up To Me my X-Men for Shadowcat maybe, or who do you gonna do? Who do you do this with? Do this
Yeah,
with?
Shadowcat can go and grab the middle and then be pulled back. But it looks
All
like
right.
maybe he's
So he's got
gonna
a
go
couple
with
options here. He's got a Storm Hop. He's trying. All right. So Mike doesn't have a. He didn't have a. Looks like he didn't have
plastic.
any specific plan here.
He's got no
I'm not
plan.
sure. I mean, I say
That's
that that's like horrible, but like I'm sure he had something. We haven't seen. I'm sure has a bunch of ideas here that we're trying to figure out what the specific plan was. It looks like he
well,
might be double moving and then playing To Me My X-Men to pull Beast back a bit.
yeah. Well, I'm sure that Mike has some kind of plan because one thing that I have seen them talk about a lot, I think from the last stream from the last episode was like that Montreal is really good at their opening setups. Like they always have a very strong plan going into a game. And Mike himself is lamenting that, you know, pork roll needs to be better at that sort of thing. And you can kind of always see you kind of see that from the success of the Montreal team.
Okay, all right. So he's looking. There's the To Me My X-Men play,
I don't,
and yeah. So
do you think it's
Beast.
even necessary for Beast to be brought back?
Okay, I just tried to press the number pad as if I could like pull the tools out and do something, but the mic is doing the exact thing that I was wanting to do there, because what could have happened is like what the disaster scenario for a player playing against X-Men or against Spider Foes is that Doc Ock doesn't moves up, gets his attack, gets enough power, which is very easy because the crit power, to then throw the character on the midline back towards his team and just start pummeling that character immediately. Like they have the capacity to start doing that, especially with like Rhino, who and of course Doc Ock's attack itself is decent enough.
It's
And
pretty good. It's actually very good.
and Mike's beast is outside of a range of Doc Ock doing that,
Yeah.
which meant that beast he didn't have to burn the card. So I think that Mike had good positioning there, and he made the right decision on holding the card.
Yeah, Beast is relatively safe here at the moment. And there's not much with Toad going center that I don't think there's pretty much anything that Mike can do from a attrition standpoint. He can kind of just set up things. The question is who's going for that. I guess maybe Shadowcat's gonna go for the other alien ship. Alien core, as it were.
The
Also pretty safe from any kind of retribution.
Matt in the chat has got apparently there's an emoji for each character here. Domino's the gun. X-23 is like the butcher knife. Cat Beast is I don't know. Those are like grapes or something. Okay, it doesn't matter. Hey, Vodka Blitz, thanks for joining. Perfect timing. We can clearly see that Mike is ahead 1 VP to nothing, so he's off to a great start. JK, the overlay is broken. They're blueberries. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. All right, so looks like Mike is going to use his first class ability to hit the sword base and then also grab the alien ship
Smart.
with Shadowcat.
Smart. The I will say that one of the reasons that I think the Montreal people are so good at their openings is because they do. There was a episode on the Danger Room a way long time ago, and they were talking about like intentional practice. And I think
Yes.
Montreal does that a lot, where they don't just go in and just play the games, which is what we want to do. You go to your local night, and you play your games, and you just kind of play it out. But they'll get in like twice as many games in a night because they're spending that time, you know, like they'll play like a round, maybe 2 rounds, and then they'll be like, okay, let's re-rack because they've got they're intentionally trying to practice certain things. And when it doesn't work or it does work, they don't need to worry about the result of their casual night game. They're just focusing on, each step of their game plans throughout a game, and that's not something you see very often from a, basically in any casual night. But they're a Shark Tank, so
Yeah, I remember them specifically setting themselves up to go against Malekith on Gamma. They would just when Malekith was before he had taken his nerfs, they were just running that openings against him constantly, or like that's what they were saying they were doing that, and that I mean obviously it would help them when they had to face against him. But yeah, running like basically worst case scenarios, and then Simon has also mentioned in the past that they'd switch spots. Like one, you do that, you'd run your list against the nightmare scenario that you want to go against, and then you would flip it so that you get to run the scenario against your teammate who is then running the team that they want to run. So you'd it's like I mean my mind immediately goes to like when I used to do like judo or jiu-jitsu, where it's like you would just do these reps, these specific positions you'd put yourself in, and you just like rep it 5 times, and then you'd like swap with your partner, and then you'd be the one like holding the choke or holding the positioning, and they'd have to like break out of it, and just like you already mentioned, very specific scenarios that were like tough spots in the meta to beat. So yeah, opening rounds are very important. Schmidt in the chat says Shadow Marvel has a great voice for streaming. I agree. I think he should like host a podcast or something. That would be really that'd be good for the community. What do you think,
Yeah,
Sean?
I'll look into it.
Okay, all right, pretty cool.
I think this is an interesting concept. I think he's toying around with the idea of using the To Me My X-Men to try. I mean, he was at least looking at it for a second to have X-23 move up so she can move once, get hit by the trap, and be able to heal off most, if not all, the damage that she gets from it, and still be able to get onto that point. Because like the risk you kind of have is like you kind of want X-23 to run into that trap because she can heal the damage and get free power.
Yes.
But if you do that, he could potentially. I don't know how risky TGLord is, but he could potentially double move Ock and just take that sword point after in the between activations. But looks like he's just gonna roll his leader right into some damage.
Okay, just to recap so far, Okoye switched to a different flank and has flipped the back sword, and now we're seeing Storm take 2 damage here and get pushed off the point, looking like she'll just move back onto the point and flip it, while maybe having some cover from the size 4 terrain piece that's beside the sword. So let's see. Oh, look, she's opting to just be as far back
Yeah,
from the enemy team as possible.
yeah, I thought that was interesting. I probably would have opted to try to get some cover. She's got
Yeah.
stealth. You kind of have to. I guess she has stealth. You kind of have to get in there.
I would have
It
liked
could
to
be
see
awkward.
the range 2 check on Beast. Like, I don't think it's there, but maybe there's a world where you could have got within 2 of Beast, and therefore Beast. I say that thinking about the Storm Hop, but then I realize you can't Storm Hop off when you're holding objective, so maybe that isn't as relevant as I thought it would have been.
But
Okay.
he should be checking it anyway in case he was planning to cheat on stream. You always got to check all your angles,
Yeah.
including the ones that are illegal.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. All right, I say that, but I'm immediately saying that's a joke and don't actually like try
I
to
don't
cheat.
actually do that though.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
we. I think I wonder what his game plan is with X-23 because I really would have liked to have like that damage that's on Storm would have just basically been no damage and just 2 free power on
Ooh.
X-23.
Yo, he's going to. He just played to me my X-Men for the 2 power or the 3 power maybe. I'd have to check the chat log because she took, yeah, so
It
3
must
power on
it must have
Storm.
been three. It must have been three.
and
Oh my God.
uh, and
Oh,
he's
here it
bringing them
is.
all
It's
forward. So there
happening.
we go. He did have a plan. All right,
He has. Who knew? Who knew? Mike has a plan.
All right, all right. No, it's funny because like when he did his first move with the Beast, I was like, "Does Mike have a plan?" Okay, he did have a plan, but we just were not. We were not. Uh, we didn't have enough foresight to see it.
Look, all I know is that there.
Oh,
See, there it is.
there
There's
we
the planning
go.
for the. That's what I'm talking about. Although he hasn't done the storm
No,
hop yet, right?
he has not. That is correct. So he has 2 options now with Domino and with X-23.
Now this is the type of X-Men play that says I don't play X-Men, but Mike definitely does.
Yeah, that's right. I have not played X-Men in basically a year. Okay, so I don't
I'm
know.
an Avengers man, so
Yeah.
we're supposed to be on the opposite side. Although I do bring Cyclops in my Avengers, so because he's best there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've seen Cyclops go off, and man, it's pretty cool. Vodka Blitz has Cyclops in his list, I believe, for this event. So he's playing on Friday. That's the next game. The next game is taking place Friday evening. It's Vodka Blitz versus Mike Dembois. So
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
yes, Mike Dembois running Wakanda, and yeah, obviously Simon's running X Men. And then the last game is taking place on Sunday. Chewy is streaming that game. It's taking place between Emil and I'd have to check the schedule now because I don't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, I certainly don't know it.
I'm sure. I think Vodka Blitz might be able to might remember it. It's his teammate. Okay. All right. All right. Hey Gabe, how's it going? Yes. Mike's up 1-0. All right, that's a joke. Okay, so stupid. That. All right, the
Wait, why
joke's
is it
over.
say 1-0?
It's
What's
a glitch.
happening?
It's the glitch. Anytime you start a game on red, the red side always has 1 VP until you load in your tokens.
Oh, I'm loading the
So
tokens already. Jeez, we should stop hearing this constant barrage of joke.
originally this event was going to be played on clocks, but I mean, basically the players have like revolted, and
I'm
against
not a big fan
there's a
of clocks
mutiny.
on TTS anyway.
Oh, I
I
love
love
it. I love it.
I like clocks as a concept, but on TTS I think the implementation is clunky.
Mm.
Not to any detriment to what our mods have done. They're working with what they can, but I think just it's not as intuitive as when
Yes,
you just have a clock right in front of you.
I can see that. I love as a viewer of the game, it's like, ooh, is the clock impacting the player? Like it's like that whole extra element of it is like kind of like it's silly and fun, and then eventually it becomes a real thing.
Yeah.
when someone has like 7 minutes left. It's like people start freaking out about the clock.
See, the
Okay.
brilliant thing here about what Mike has done with this setup, what I really loved, and I didn't see it, and I never would have thought to do, but he's got enough reps in, is that Rhino is kind of scared. Like he's like, what if
Yes.
Rhino, whichever way Rhino goes to try to set up to steal an extract, he could just hop a, a killer and potentially, I mean, may not like, daze Rhino round one, but could definitely daze Rhino round two. And then the steal and the sacrifice and the robbery is all for nothing.
Yeah. But
So I like this little like four X-Men hop setup that he's set up for his murderers.
yeah, it's very good. So Mike, so TGLord does have last activation here though, so he can put his Rhino onto the side that, like, for example, the bottom side here that X23 is already, um, that's already activated on. Looks like Mike is
Mm,
being super aggressive here,
very
and
aggressive.
I'm not
And he's
sure. Like, do you? Okay, like my thought goes like you already have two extracts, you have two secures. Do you need to do this? Oh, hit escape. There you go. I
um
don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I would imagine he's trying to hop in and try and take out that leader.
He has taken 0 actions at this point. So this is so maybe just like putting Toad in a bad spot too, right? Like look at that. Imagine if you one
Oh
shot
yeah, he
Toad
could.
here. I don't know. Like that's obviously like we've seen a few one shots last round, right? Montreal got I think three one shots
Yeah, he's going after Toad.
into the pork roll on round one of this event. So let's see if he Mike gets it on this one.
It's
Oh,
a pretty decent
that's a
start. I
good
don't know. I
start.
don't think
Yeah,
it's
it's
gonna get a
not.
Toad, but it'll.
Ooh. So here's what it does
He,
do though. It
he didn't
makes
do his
Toad
reroll.
roll the it makes Toad roll the alien ship when
True.
he oh hold on. He spent 2 for slippery, so that'll negate it. All
Oh,
right.
now he's doing his reroll. I assume. There's another one.
Ooh, so he does take one more. And oh no, that was nope, that was a sword roll. Um
Oh, yeah. He skipped his reroll. Interesting.
oh, I think so. Did he? One. He might have. Hold on. He might have rolled both the crit and the thing together.
You think he did? All right. I didn't see it. It's too
One.
quick. Like who does that? Who does that?
So he has one,
Only a
two, three.
psychopath would do their crit and their reroll at the same time.
um. Okay, he did reroll. All right. So Toad. Hold on. Oh yeah. So Toad only takes 2. Okay. Okay. So that means the alien ship won't explode on Toad, but he did flip the sword, which is all right. All right. We've got conflicting information here from the chat about the reroll, but looks like he
What are they? They
doesn't.
saw the same thing we did.
All right. So
Interesting.
yes, now um, Domino, um, hmm. Domino. If he goes with Rhino now, Domino has a free shot at this sword portal. I feel like it's silly to let Domino do that. You have to go. You go with Lizard here first. I'm
Make
hoping
him
TGLord
move
just
to a
measuring.
50-50. Really sending his aggressors up there. Hoping they don't die. Although getting that early power on X23 is pretty great, so that prevents her from getting one shot.
Okay. So, oh man, he's giving Domino the free sword grab. I mean, Lizard can obviously get it back if she gets a wild and all that, but what do we
I
have for
mean,
an
yeah, if you
attack?
if he gets the wild, or if he gets, that's assuming that's what he even wants to do.
Okay, well we have X23 here rolling defense. We have 3 successes from Rhino.
Oh,
Oh, big block.
X23 said no.
So very interesting. I would have okay, so the question is would you have wanted to take 2 damage here because you would have been on the healing factor next round?
No, why would you don't want to take the damage because I mean, I guess he's got priority, so if he starts and he goes killing, sure.
It's
But
what it
she
does.
doesn't really need the power, right? She's gonna be on 4. He could spend her and still frenzy off the spender.
Yeah, and also it's you're giving Rhino the ability to do a size 4 terrain throw like next round right off the hop, which is which is not optimal. So I agree that I think that not taking the damage there was probably better initially.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to. I mean, it's cute and all to take the damage, like I was suggesting with the sinister traps, but you don't want the damage. She's still just 5 health.
Okay, look at this. He missed. Oh, we didn't call out. TGLord missed the sword. Mike is actually is looking to be in a very strong position here.
Yeah, he's gonna
Lizard,
be able to he's gonna be able to push that Rhino away if he needs to, if he wants to get him away from the. Although he might not be able to push him away enough, so maybe it's Aku gets pushed.
yeah, yeah. Vodka was saying could be 6-1 or 5-2 here. All right, yeah, all right. See, the X-Men aficionado in the chat is mentioning the X-23 push was the right call. So there we go. Um, so very good to hear that Mike is making like optimal, very strong decision making right off the start of the game. So
This is exactly what he was talking about trying to be better at, and he's showing it right here.
yeah, TGLord is a really strong foes player, so I definitely not out of it. He's currently in the TTS cuts, so they're going to be starting that up in about a week or so, 10 days or so is when those are going to start. And well, I mean, the play-ins right now are happening too
Ooh.
during their spawn cuts, and he misses that one. Oh,
Oh, this is a brutal round 1 for TGLord.
Tuggernaut Toad gained 4 power, and then he spent 2 for Slippery. That's why he's at 2. So he's good to go there. Yes, but wow, 6-1. Oh my god, that's crazy. Sword can flip. Sword can flip like very quickly though, right? Like all it takes is if TGLord shuts down an activation here because Mike does have priority. If he shuts down an unactivated model, then all of a sudden he's got like the full. He probably has 5 characters activating, and Mike has like 3, right? Or like 3 remaining kind of thing, right? Like it's just like the discrepancy on activations would be significant on round 2, and that could easily allow TGLord to flip 2 or 3 back, right? Or I mean maybe even so. Like this, the sword is very scary. What I was gonna say before was that I've noticed, or like my experience tells me that Toad on pay to flips is is not as great on compared to like regular scenarios that don't require that, because if he runs away, like you can the opponent that's chasing can still score the secures even though they're not on them. It allows you to chase Toad and maintain relative scoring parity, whereas the pay to flips, Toad has to stay within like basically a single move distance from any one of these secures in order to kind of like maintain the defense of it. So
Right.
we might see, for that reason, I would not be surprised to see a KO'd Toad before the game is over.
This is an interesting decision that Mike is making. I feel like he's trying to make it so that Rhino doesn't get an easy double tap into Beast, but I feel like it's probable that he won't get the angle. Like I think he'll be range free no matter what. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure how
I,
valuable the. Also, you could probably just like attack X23 and then attack and then attack Beast anyway. So I don't know if that's the optimal sword push for this.
yeah. Ock, I think
Because he's
pushing Ock there might have been better.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. I would have pushed Ock, probably get him out of range 3, so it's basically a stagger. Now Rhino could just do what he wanted anyway. He just double tap whatever it is.
Yeah. We're seeing the Beast rotate here. He wants to prevent robbery. And so, I mean, I wonder what he's gonna do here. Yeah, the Doc Ock push seems to have made the most sense. He's like Rhino's still gonna get 2 attacks in here.
Or even push on Toad, which he was thinking about doing, because you push Toad in and then you just murder Toad with Domino and then run away, and you're still going to be up on the
Oh
extracts,
yeah, I like that too.
even with the robbery.
Yeah, the rapid fire means that Toad doesn't get to slippery until both if Domino hits the rapid fire trigger. It means she gets to do both attacks before Toad gets to play slippery. But it looks like he's
Right.
already got the move there. Maybe he doesn't have the
He
medium on it though. The
he
medium
doesn't have the
still.
medium on it. He's not close enough to take it. He was checking that range. That was a good range to check. You have to be within a medium move in order to pick up an extract that's dropped. and he was outside the medium move. He can't kill the toad, but he'd have to then move and pick up the extract.
Yeah. One thing that's also interesting to note here is that the Doc Ock's leadership does shake. Does like it like when you take damage, you can choose to remove shock, incinerate, or slow. And Domino and Shadowcat both have wild, or they both have incinerating attacks, and so they're probably not going to be used in this game because that leadership will basically remove them immediately. So we're seeing Beast rotate away from Rhino here, and I'm not. So the one thing that kind of is like tricky about this is that Rhino could still get everything he wants
Yeah,
here because he could
he should be
attack.
rotating farther away. If he's rotating away from Rhino, he should not be going on a straight line. He should be going away because he
Yeah.
needs. Because if he hits, he's going to be able to hit X-23. He needs to be a 65 millimeter base, a range 1, and a range 3 away from X-23 if he wants to protect from the robbery. But I suppose maybe if he robberies and he's in the middle of their deployment, he thinks that maybe he can kill him,
So
but
okay,
most of his killer is farther away.
I think I see the idea here, and the idea here that I'm seeing is that if TGLord doesn't activate Toad, he gets dazed, and or like that's the threat that Mike might be projecting here. And if he does, if he goes with Toad first, X-23 can move out of range 3 of Rhino, which then sets up the ability to for Rhino, like it basically stagnates Rhino's options. Rhino has to go now if he wants to have a big swing
And
turn,
a
but
robbery, yeah.
the problem is that you put Rhino in the middle of the board, and every single X-Men can attack him. So it's like so maybe Mike. That's the idea. Those are the ideas he's seeing here. Is that if you go after, sure, go after Beast. Like that's you do that, and then Storm, X-23, Shadowcat, and Domino can all attack Rhino and take the piece back, and probably have priority, and then just like take him out again. Here we go. We're seeing Rhino. He's looking for a decent spike here so he can maybe slot or attack Beast, get robbery off there. Let's see what he gets. 4 hits into nothing from X-23 so far. So this is what TGLord wanted. All right, 3 damage going through.
It's a good thing he didn't have 2 damage on him.
All right, fair, fair. All right. So X20 here's the thing that's interesting though. If he doesn't go in X-23, like she's charged up right now. Uh but yeah, so Rhino.
She could double Spender and into Okoye and then into Toad and take the extract.
Yes.
Doesn't even have to be Domino.
You might even just do it into Rhino, like just to push damage into him immediately, right?
He's not gonna still be there though. If he's attacking Beast, he's gonna be all the way on the south
Oh, you
on the
think
bottom.
oh yeah, he might be. Oh, I see.
He wants to
Rhino,
rob. He wants to rob.
Rhino's not safe anywhere. I mean, he's safer closer to Storm, but then he's not safe from X-23. Like Mike's got, that's the sword base is just too close together. That like anywhere
What
Rhino
I was
goes
saying.
inside the rectangle, he's in a kill zone. So
That's what I was saying. The sword base makes it a lot tougher for things like Rhino because Rhino he can't run away. He can't get away. He has to just rely on his durability to keep him alive because it's a scrum. This is why teams like X-Force run sword.
all right. He's gonna attack an X-23 again. It looks like. Oh no, he's surprise web heading. Yep, just like they called it in the chat, Matt and Isaac. They called surprise web head into X-23. So who's going first? We're seeing 5 dice. We don't
I
know.
think
Probably
that
I think it
was
was Auk.
I think it was Ock.
And Auk gets a power from the yeah, it was Auk because he gets a power from
I
the
mean,
crit
I'm
here.
pretty sure it's gonna be a dead X-23.
Okay.
Once you see the wild.
Yeah. Okay. X-23 goes down. Surprise webhead has been played now. So that's like the big. It's like Siege Wakanda, but obviously way more limitations, or like a significant limitation compared to those cards. But look at that. Out of activation attacks are very strong in this game. And now we're seeing Rhino. Ooh, he's gonna attack into Storm and therefore
Because yeah, he can
put
get
himself
more
in position to take from Beast.
correct. He might daze 2 models, one being the leader.
All right.
Almost did it.
Oh, we're seeing outside of 2 reroll from Storm here, so that's the leadership going off, and she takes 1 damage. And here we go. We're going to see probably we're going to see this is a robbery going off on Beast, displacing him, throwing him, and maybe even throwing him into Shadowcat.
If
Or
throw
I
him
mean,
into
throw.
storm.
Yeah, I was just yeah, exactly. You got it. Yeah, you got it exactly.
I, yeah, he's trying to figure out. He would love to be able to be within range of Beast and within the portal, but I don't know if he can have his cake and eat it too while measuring off of Storm.
Okay, so there we go. Robbery is played, and and yeah, you called it. Beast is being
Throwing it.
thrown into Storm here.
He's removing activations. Rhino looks pretty safe. Oh no, he's just throwing him away. I was like, Rhino would look pretty safe if Storm and Next 23 were dead.
All right, Mike is
Mike already knows what
retaliating.
he's doing.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Let's
He's
see.
just been waiting.
Yeah. Let's see if he gets the giddy
Ooh.
power. Oh, 1, but he gets the rapid fire.
Gets
So
the
this is
rapid
pushing
fire and
1
a damage.
through. Yeah. So that's important. Oh, whoa, it can't happen. Whoa.
Yeah, wait, what's he doing? He has to wait for the rapid fire.
I may have made a mistake because the rapid fire is optional.
I mean, why would he not opt to do it?
Ah, fuck. I jumped in when I shouldn't have. Um, shit. Proceed. I mean, do I just say proceed? Like, fuck.
I mean, why would he not do? That's true. I mean, I don't know. It is you know it is a May, so it's not required. But it felt to me like TGLord was just jumping the gun and rushing. But
Um,
like, there's no way to know because he's now like, well, I just can't do my other attack because you're too far away.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. Exactly.
why would he not do the rapid fire?
I
It
know.
doesn't make
I
any
know.
sense.
It doesn't. I know. Um, it's tight. The timing there. TGLord didn't give Mike a lot of
Like
time.
it was like so immediate. Like I can totally see that TG Lord is just like, okay, did it, and he's gonna do his move, and Mike isn't even thinking in the moment. Oh, what about my rapid fire? And then he's just kind of like,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
tough.
Oh man.
It's one of those moments that's really tough. If you're in person, it's easier to tell because we don't hear what they're saying. But like if you're at the table,
Yes.
if you, and
Yes.
you're overhearing them saying time in their conversation, you would be able to intercede as a TO, but when you don't know what they're saying, you don't know their intentions, it's very hard because it does say May, but
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
he would never not take the rapid
I
fire.
know. I know. This is it's a tricky situation. Here's the thing is that like um that I mean like if I'm like being as competitive as a player as possible, I'm going to I mean like man, it's like you kind of like I can see like I know that this was just probably just both players just missing it like right? Like TG Lord probably just was like I need Slippery out of here as soon as possible and Mike thinking like as soon as he does that, he's thinking, "Oh, he can do that. He can just do that, right?" Like you don't, your mind is like thinking of other things and thinking of the next thing, and not worried about what's happening now, or just accepting what's happened now. And
Yeah.
but it's like, but then it's like, man, if you're like playing, like if you wanted to, if you had no, I don't know, I want to say like morals, but like, um, you,
So you're saying that TG Lord has no morals. I got it. All right. So we're on the record here. Everyone knows. Everyone's watching and listening.
oh man, it's just like
Lucas says TG Lord has no
you
morals.
want to give like you it's up to you to remember your windows and it's up to you to be
Sure.
like whoa you're like cut people off if they're jumping through your window too quickly like if they're jumping
Right.
past your windows too quickly it's up to you as a player to identify that and make sure that And yeah, call a judge if you think that's happening too fast and your opponent's playing too fast in response to the sequencing of how attack actions are fully resolved. Then you
It's
can.
very possible that both of them just
Mike has
got
just
the rule
realized.
wrong.
Mike has just realized that he. All right, yeah.
He got the mistake. He caught the why you said stop. I mean, as soon as you said stop, they should have been like questioning these things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough to roll back now, but we'll see what they want to do. I mean, I think it's very easy to roll back, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Like if they want to roll back, it's a
I'm
very
glad. I'm
doable
glad
thing.
he realized it now. So it's like, so at least he can like, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to have his mind thinking about it the whole game. Like, I mean, like, in terms of like, what was that in the back of my mind? Like, what the hell was that about? Um.
Yeah.
Oh.
The I
Oh
do
wait.
also
Hold
appreciate
on.
that.
He might be. Oh, what is he doing?
Yeah, I think they're rolling it back.
Oh. Oh
Rolling
man.
it back. And it's an easy rollback because it was a medium move
Wow.
straight away, and he was range one from the thing.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. Well, there. Wow. Very gracious of TGLord. So he didn't have to do that, but I mean, of course, these guys are all. This whole event is for fun,
Friends.
really, and they're friends. They know each other through the local communities. So,
He's probably
sportsmanship, lots of sportsmanship on both sides. I think I remember seeing the pork roll guys. I don't know, maybe it was the Montreal guys. Someone else had a game one of first round. There was a very also big take back, and sportsmanship has to be appreciated in these cases.
Also, TGLord doesn't need to roll his defense dice till after Mike makes his domino
Well, we're
decisions.
not going to worry about that. I'm just kidding.
This
I'm just
isn't a
kidding.
lizard. He played sacrifice,
Okay, there you go.
which, and then and he kept the template out there because he's still gonna slippery away,
Yeah.
as he should.
Okay. So Lizard takes the damage instead here, and now Domino does have another action.
Lizard doesn't take any damage. He
Oh,
chose
sorry, yeah.
not to spend.
Interesting. Okay. So now he's moved a second action to go there. Okay. So it
Yeah,
looks
so
like
everything's the same, just the
yes.
power levels on both those characters is a little different.
All
And there's
right.
a tactics card that was spent.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So, all right. So now I mentioned earlier. All right. And taking out a character for TGLord, taking out a character before they get to activate, which was X23, a big damage dealer here, means that the spider foes have a lot of opportunities, or they might have opportunities here to flip things before a flank, like after a flank has fully resolved, where we might see a significant point swing here, especially now that TGLord also has the extract advantage on top of that last activation for sword flips.
Yeah, it's gonna be. This is gonna be a big round for TGLord. So Mike had a really big round one. TGLord's gonna have a pretty big round two, I think. He still has to flip some of these things.
Yes, that is true. Storm is still within one of the secure.
Well, I imagine he wants to move, although he's probably too far away. But I imagine he wants to move, and he's going with Okoye and like, uh, and try to kill Storm.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what the game plan is now.
I think you're just. Hmm. I th-
He has to get these swords back because if he's just playing for parity on this round, he's that's not good because Mike's gonna have prio, and he will hopefully, if he's smart, uh, take advantage of that.
yeah.
So he needs to be able to do something beyond just uh, par scenario parity.
Oh, Domino blocks it all.
Yeah.
Going again at it. So Koi just throwing two range 4 attacks into Domino.
Yep.
And no crit
Classic.
explosion here, but we have a reroll from X-Men, and Domino takes 2 damage.
Correct. Probably about average. Averages out well.
Yeah.
Domino's pretty tanky, has the ability to probably block them both, but 1 damage each is probably sounds about right.
What are we seeing here? What is this medium tool for? Its beast is already gone, so I'm trying to understand what Mike is thinking.
Maybe setting up for next round just to make sure Storm is not in the way.
Yeah.
Where Beast can go. What's Beast's range after being thrown away?
Looks like he's going to go with Storm here. Hey, Sudbury, thanks for joining the chat. The players have locked rosters for the whole event, so this is the same roster that Mike had in round 1.
Yeah. I wasn't able to watch. I think I was able to watch one of the games round 1, so I wasn't sure what whether or not they were doing like different rosters each round or something like that.
Yeah, no, the only thing
Kind
that
of cool.
changes is the assigned maps, and then they redo pairings all in the same kind of style as WTC with you get one team gets 3 matchups and the other team gets to choose 3 of the boards.
What's he doing? Did he just realize that Beast is activated?
Yes, I think so. Oh no, he's
classic New Jersey. Classic New Jersey.
Yeah.
You probably got to go with Storm, right? Because I don't know if Storm lives.
Yeah, what do you think? Do you think you boost an attack into Rhino and then boost another one? Or do you looks like he's thinking of being aggressive here. He's got only 2 power on Storm, so she can't do anything too crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't put her in front of Doc Ock right now. And you want to stay on either you want to stay on the point so it's harder for Ock to flip it, or you vacate and let him have that point.
Yeah. So in this mission, it's different than other pay to flips where if you have one character on the point or if you have multiple, it doesn't change the likelihood of your opponent flipping the point. And also, injured characters and healthy characters are worth the same when defending the point, whereas on other pay to flips, injured characters don't impact the defense of holding a pay to flip. Here we go. Is he going to pump his dice? He's not pumping his dice. Very interesting.
He maybe wants to save the power for something else, I guess.
Ooh, takes 2 though. There you go. Maybe you pump them now that you've got the 4 power. So let's see what Rhino does here. So 2 damage. Now Rhino's taking 2 now. He just has Storm and Shadowcat left to go, and TGLord has Toad, Lizard, and Auk.
Yeah, here's the aggressive, which I expected because he'd want to get away from range 3 of Beast. Effectively staggering Beasts. Or
he didn't go very far.
He didn't go very far, mate. He's still within range 3. That's what
He was just prioritizing getting on the point so that he if he does flip it with Auk, it's I actually don't exactly know why. Maybe
he could just start round 2. He could be able to flip it because he's there. It's 1 less action. Although he's got plenty of power, probably. But at that point, he could just like stampede to wherever he wants.
Giving yourself the option is what he's doing. So he has flexibility next round if that's what he wants to do. So
I think he's thinking about trying to throw Auk away. Now that he has power.
He has 4 power, so I can see that. All right, that's what he's gonna do. He's defending the position.
Very good. Very good.
So Auk is basically you're forcing Auk to not. Well,
all he can do is move and attack. He can't. The point is Mike needs to maintain his scenario advantage. It doesn't matter how bad. Like this is the bad turn for Mike right now because of what's happened to X23, because of the extract advantage going away from him. But if he can minimize or just negate any advantage from the scenario, that's really bad for TGLord even still.
Yeah, that's fair. We have a range 2 on Storm to X23. It does give X23 the ability to Storm Hop next round and maybe get a full activation into 5 health Rhino. And Rhino is holding an alien ship. He's going to roll on the alien ship actually too, which might take out
might take out Storm.
yeah.
I
So
mean, I imagine the only thing Doc Ock can do right now is just move, attack, storm, and then if he has the range. But he probably does. I don't know. He might not even have the range to attack. He might only be able to double move and throw storm.
who Ock or
Ock. Like
Ock
the only thing that
can
Ock can do.
Ock can certainly move and attack Storm.
Yeah, I think so,
Well,
right?
he's a range 3 builder, so there's like
He should be able to.
I'm super confident he can do that.
And his throw is range 3, so he could like
Yes.
move, attack if he doesn't get the attack.
He can
If
day
he doesn't kill
storm.
Storm.
Yeah, he can day storm. So the
Pretty.
only thing is he doesn't get the VP. That's the thing. Storm has locked him out of getting that VP unless he double moves. Which
And maybe not even then. He might
yeah,
not even
it's
be
it's
able to
close, but
get
I
the
think he
distance.
might be able to. My gut is telling me he'd be able to walk past her, but let's see how far up he goes on his move action. If he's got two other characters to go. He doesn't have
Yeah,
to go with Ock right here.
I don't know. It's difficult how much she's blocking it up, and there's terrain in the way. He has to fit basically where he either needs to get past her and still be able to fit. It's tough. It's tough because he's a medium base. He's a 50 millimeter, and there's a lot of terrain in the way. I told you, his
Right.
terrain's going to play a factor to these
Yeah,
the
that is
sword
true. You
movement.
know what? You're right. Now that I'm tilting up a little more, like he might just his dumpy might be a little too wide for that zone. Okay. So, I don't know if you your mic was a little choppy there for a second. So I don't know if you're are you here? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still
All right.
here.
Okay. All right. You're there. All right.
We have a bit of a rainstorm, so maybe that's the
Gotcha.
issue.
Oh yeah. Well, it sounds clear now. So it looks like he's trying to get past or looking at. Either way, you want to be inside the rectangle generally with your characters. It'll allow you easier rotations in the
Yeah.
future turns. So he's at least positioned in a decent spot. He's throwing into Storm now. So let's see what happens.
Well,
Four
it's
so
good.
far.
It's a good block.
So 4 into 2 with a reroll coming up. So this is going to what?
He's
Save?
got like it's like
Wow.
old Storm. It's like old Storm leadership at this point. It's just
Yeah.
basically cover. But he could just throw her and Dazer
Yes,
for the last
yes. She
match.
is certainly, I think, now she's served her purpose this round, which was
Yeah.
preventing the sword flip. Um, and so she's probably going to go down. Holding Xavier's Dream for later in the game, especially if you still like have all 5 of your characters, is uh, is hard for your opponent to play around. They basically just have to wait for you to um, they basically have to wait for you when you're spiked. You have to spike through it in order for them to play the card in a lot of cases. And Mike could hold it for a game-winning situation where the
Yeah, all
character
his
needs to kill them, needs to KO one of Mike's characters, and just mathematically cannot.
yeah, all his healing stuff is still online. He still has Brace, he still has Xavier. I mean, he could play Brace right now and keep her alive.
Yeah, I think that you don't need to do that. You save
Yeah,
Brace
just let her
for a different.
for whenever Rhino throws a that size 4
Yes,
Griffin statue.
that's right.
Yeah, he lets some days. I mean, he's got Brace, he's got Xavier's Dream, and he's got Exceptional. Uh, 23 is going to be very hard to take down unless you just really dice through it.
Okay.
There's the expected pass. That makes it a little harder on the scenario play. Going with Lizard, try to get Domino killed or off the point.
All right.
Won't kill her. Hopefully he's spending to keep her alive. He is. So no.
Dominoes can be tanky if you roll
I
the
used
right
to run
dice.
Domino when Black Ur was a thing because I was you couldn't Corvus couldn't one shot her off a board because he couldn't spike his crits.
Mm,
He had to just roll pure dice.
that's
Well, he got the
interesting.
push, which is all he really probably wanted out of the situation. Although I guess he doesn't have any power.
Oh
He
wow,
probably
he
wanted
can't
he
flip.
probably wanted something.
What is
One damage
What
in.
is happening? How did wait? Hold on. How did he did a spender into her first? Is that what happened?
No, I
How did he have? How
think
does he have no power? I'm so
because he spent on
sacrifice
a
and he took no
sacrifice.
damage. Oh my god, that's actually huge. Oh
And the first
man.
attack was into Toad, so he couldn't get the leadership.
Yes, yes, and he did zero damage to a domino there through the whole activation. Make wow.
Yeah.
Toad, that's Mike got things went his way for that one. He's gonna be holding
Yeah.
3 sword points still.
Well, Toad still hasn't gone
Oh
yet.
yes, yes, that's
So
correct.
Toad probably takes the back one, so it'll be an even, unless Mike tries to put Shadowcat on that point and make it harder for him.
Um, yeah, interesting.
He might also just try and
He's just
put
gonna.
himself in the middle and try to steal the one that is already taken and roll the
Um,
50-50 himself. That's where his moving tool is angling. It's
yeah,
angling
yeah.
towards putting him right next to Ock. I don't know how I feel about
It's
putting my
very
extra
aggressive.
carrier on that
It's
side.
very aggressive. Yeah. So can Toad flip both those points? An interesting call out is that Toad is gonna blow up from the alien ship, or like has the potential to. Except if he spends power for sword points, it'll put him back in a stable position on with the alien ship. So, um, yeah, that's
He's
something interesting.
I mean, he can't flip both. Not with 3 power. He would need to be able to move and hop and do all the kinds of other movement shenanigans, and he doesn't have the power.
So
He'd
you
need
think
4 power to do
he's
that.
only getting the lizard flip is what you're seeing.
Right. So either Mike is gonna put Shadowcat. The safer play is to put her on where
Ooh.
Lizard is, so he has to roll 50-50 and bring Toad in.
He's looking
And
for I think he's looking for a move storm hop into a range 4 gun onto Toad.
can't
He,
storm hop. He's holding an
oh
extract.
yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. Good, good. Yes, you can't. Yes, you cannot do that. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, the safe play is to just block up the point. Worst case scenario, he gets the 50-50, but Toad's stuck, basically stuck where that, in the middle of fire, with 1 health left. The the ballsy play is to go stand next to Doc Ock, who's gonna have 3 power,
I don't
and
know about that. That seems not optimal.
seems not optimal. And also make the 50-50 for him and put the 50-50 on himself. Of course, if he gets it, that's another 5-2, which is pretty great, and that's why he's tempted.
So I'm thinking. So are you thinking like either put her on lizard's sword base, or my other thought was just do the range 1 place. It in theory I think that gets you within range 3 of Rhino and just double tap Rhino, but
Yeah,
that
but
might.
for what? Just to try and block up?
You're just setting up a turn 3 days. I like that would be my thought. Like getting it. So in this case, what's going to happen round 3, if I had to guess here, is that Mike's going to get a daze or like on Rhino as an opening. That's his goal, and what that does is that it takes off. First of all, it takes off one of TGLord's stronger attacking characters on the board, and
Hmm.
also it gives him last activation, which is going to be huge for making sure he maintains control over multiple, maybe the majority of sword points. I think that's like maybe the generally what the opening play is for next time that Mike
But
wants to set up.
is Shadowcat really the piece to be doing that?
To be doing what? Setting up. Well,
To be trying to kill.
well, I think you're just putting damage on her. Like that would my thought would be like if I get 2 or 3 damage on Rhino now, then it just makes the plan guaranteed for next time. However, I mean he's not doing that. He's opting to move twice, I think here, and put Toad in a spot where he has to take a 50-50 to tie the sword
Yeah,
points.
that's the safe play. That's the safest play. I mean, Rhino is the biggest, one of the bigger attacking pieces, but again, he's got the extract. He probably wants to be flying around the board, flipping pieces, and then it's just also just dice. He's just basically it's pure dice.
Oh, look at that.
Meanwhile, what a Toad? What do you
Toad
do? Like a hop?
is hopping and then flipping, tying, guaranteeing the tie, draining all of Toad's power. So he won't be no sort of explosive action on Toad himself.
Yeah.
But you know what this does? This is still like what I already said is gonna be even more true now. Toad has now 1 health. I could see Mike dazing both. Do we have a range 2 on X-23 to Storm still? Like we could see a double
I doubt it.
dazed. Yeah.
I doubt it. I
I
doubt
doubt
it.
it. I doubt it too. So
If
maybe use
TGLord was playing
Spender.
smart, he would have forced the throw to put him out.
I could see a Spender from X-23 into Rhino, which moves her into range 3 to Spender Toad, which triggers a flurry, which then gets a free attack into Rhino. It's like if you were going for like an optimal starting activation, like that's like probably one of the ceilings you can hit.
Right,
Um,
but she doesn't have a range. Does she have a range 3 into
her
Rhino? I
Spender,
don't know.
oh, I don't know, maybe. I think she does. A range 3 is double a range 2, so it's like I think the range 2 to Storm is just out, but that does mean you're all right. Alien ship roll. Big. Oh no. Okay, no damage.
No
Uh,
damage. Okay.
and no one else has a roll, so there we go.
Yeah, see, out of 2.
Yeah, but that's definitely in 3. I'm very confident in that. But all right. So he's opting to move
He should
first.
check the 3. He should check it.
Yeah, you want to check it. You
Well,
gotta know.
no matter what, she's spendering. Who she spenders into is the question. But she's definitely spendering because there's no reason for her to be moving and attacking. She's got oodles of power.
There it is. There it is. But
There it is.
and Alk and Okoye aren't holding extracts. Like why going into them just like
No, I get it. There's no reason at that point. I mean, you're probably not. I mean, you could attack
he's
Rhino.
seeing
See what
the
happens.
medium move off the spender. I think he's lining up what I was suggesting.
Absolutely. I mean, I think this is absolutely the right play. You have to. You can also spend her into Rhino, see what happens. If she ends up on just with one,
Yeah, he just do it
you
again.
could just say, "All right, I'll just go into Rhino again."
Yeah, and then frenzy into Toad, and you put alien ship Rhino's alien ship right at Beast's
Beast
feet.
range. Yeah.
All right, so we're seeing the spender.
All right. Here's the spender. Let's go.
One block
Nice
from
open
Rhino.
for some dice
Oh,
here. That's a pretty good spender.
Eek.
It's a pretty good spender.
Oh, he
Oh, he's
converts
still
the
got a
crit and
reroll
reroll. That's a pretty good attack. 3 damage. He
with a
oh
Pierce.
Pierce 6 so 4. Maybe is that 4 or not 4?
So he's
That's
got
3.
6. Uh, he's
4.
basically got 4 going through. I think 4.
Oh, there's the one you called it. Oh my god. Dang, dude. That was a big hit from X-23. X-23, like, I mean, mathematically, she's got one of the best attacks on a 3 threat, right? The 5 dice
Yeah.
reroll with a Pierce is just obscene. Looks like he's opting to go into Toad first, potentially.
Well,
Here's the
he
aggressive. Oh, he's gonna. So TGLord making the right call here. If you daze Rhino, the alien ship is now closer to like the rest of his team, so at least he's like kind of protecting it. It's not right at Beast's toes. So he's looking for what he's doing. He's doing another spender.
spender into Rhino. I mean, that's fine if he wants to bring. Oh my
Oh, there it
god.
is. There it is. Wow, he rolled very well. He rolled like 9 out of 12
He
or
he went big game hunting.
overall he just rolled like very optimally. Basically, he rolled like 10 out of 12 or something high like that. That was very. The dice were definitely um, pulling for Mike there. That was wild. All right, so
I mean, I think you just drop it far away.
yes.
Make TGLord do it, and then frenzy over to the sword point, try and kill Toad, and flip the sword point. I mean, that to me seems pretty obvious because like if Ox activation is that he's gonna double move and pick up a sword base, okay. I mean, not a sword base, but pick up a alien ship. He might not want to drop it right where the alien ship is. He might be thinking that because he doesn't want Ock to be able to double move and try to flip both points.
That's fair.
But also, Storm could just throw Ock off and flip the point back. Like it's not that big a deal.
Yeah. So, um, we're now in a the chain of events that could happen here could actually get Mike a win out, like a score out on this round here, if he's able to
What's he
end up
doing?
with. He's going into Toad with the frenzy. He opted to
But
use the.
why is why he can't do a spender?
He not is he doing a spender? Did he roll 6 dice?
He spent 4 power.
He spent two. He
How many
spent
dice did he
two
roll?
for the.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he spendered off the frenzy. He can't do that. Reading the card helps explain the
So yeah.
card.
So pro tip. Um, know what your characters can do. No, it's just okay. All right, it's okay. Everyone
I
makes
mean,
mistakes.
he should have done the short move and then attacked.
He's re-rolling his attack dice here.
Yeah, yeah, as he should.
Ooh, one. So he needs this to convert.
Oh,
Oh, there we go. Look at that. He doesn't get it.
doesn't get it.
Wow. So there you go. His
He's
character.
now he's now cursing us.
Oh man, that was actually really big. Um, so he does use it. He is using his medium move off of the spender now, because you can both the frenzy ability, which is a short move and an attack,
Yeah.
and the medium move are both at the same timing, which is step 14B of the attack sequence, which means that he can choose to do them in which order, in which case
Yeah.
he's chosen to do the frenzy first and now use the medium move off the attack. What is going on with the short move here? What the heck
I
are we
mean, he
seeing?
doesn't have to use a medium move template. He could do a medium move using a short template if he wants. I think
He's
what he's doing is maybe he's doing everything a little out of order, but he's technically not doing anything wrong.
okay.
I don't know what that is.
I'm
No, I don't know what that one is.
Did he roll 3 dice there? Why?
I don't
He
know.
I think he was thinking of Mutant Madman. That's what I'm thinking. There he go. Yeah,
Okay.
he was definitely thinking of Mutant Madman there. All right. And
I can
Mike
see
is a
it.
little. All right, we
It's a
can.
B-ish. He's probably tilting a little bit
I
after
can
that.
yes, I can understand. That was yeah, Mike is feeling the pressure. I agree. That's what we're seeing here. We're seeing can't pick it up. Brief unfair. Yeah, yeah. Mike is realizing his mistakes in real time, so at least he's growing as a player as we watch.
Yeah,
Um,
would be
yeah,
unfair.
yeah. Yes.
Correct.
Okay. So he could have still opted to. I would have just said, okay, I'm going to use my
So
medium move and pick up
he's
the
saying
moves.
in his message that from the benefit of hindsight he would have stayed there, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
he wouldn't have been there normally. And since he wouldn't have been there normally, he's taken the classy route and
Mm,
saying, since I wouldn't have done that anyway, then I'm going to opt to do what I would have done, what I was doing originally, instead of just edging the I cheated, I
I see
accidentally
what you're saying.
cheated. So
I think he's man. I don't know. Like I like I would have. I guess I my mind is like, just only feel bad about the cheat, like the accidental cheat. Redo that part and then like make optimal moves afterwards. And it's
sure,
like,
but to be fair, he did already move his model.
yeah. I mean, like you
He
had the medium move. Basically, it's like I don't didn't he still have the medium move? So he could have like he's like self correcting. Although it's like, yes, it didn't work out perfectly, but like use the medium move off the attack to then still pick up the extract. I would
Yeah,
like,
I see it, but it's mostly because he had already moved his model to the sword base. So like it's already like futzy in terms of ranges and where people
yeah, yeah.
were and all that stuff.
I get it. You
You know,
if you,
and kind of like TGLord kind of gave him a backseat. So like this is him doing him a
yeah.
solid back. So like,
I get it.
let the players play.
Yeah, no, they're it's a vibe. You have to vibe. You yeah. The it would be better just to do it right the first time. Yeah. So basically,
Correct.
what you're saying, Shadow Marvel, is that if you make a mistake, just immediately concede the entire match, because the
No,
entire board state is corrupted.
I don't think I said that, but
Okay, no, I'm just
yeah, let's go with that. I mean, what I'm saying is, Mike, learn your effing
Mm,
cards.
all right, all right.
I did play a lot of X23. I don't know how much X23 he's played. I assume a lot, but I have played a lot of her under Shadowlands Daredevil and under Mighty Steve. So that's immediately I knew that's what you do when you frenzy. So
Yes, yes. She is she's very good. That's like another thing to note about the frenzy ability. Both her and Angela have it. I don't
and
think Empress
Carnage.
and Carnage. All right, and that is that you have to have the power on hand. Like before, like you have to pay for it when you daze the character, and dazing the character happens before you gain the power from the attack if you did a builder. And actually, it's funny that like I'm that you're here because I distinctively remember a rules clarification chat where like the it's like the brain exploding meme where it's like you're understanding that gainers have you gain power for gainers on step 14B of the attack sequence, and it just
Yeah.
like and like I remember you like chatting that because I was reading that as you were going back and forth on it, and like having the same experience you were, being like whoa like
I know. I've been playing this game for 2 years. I didn't realize it does say after the attack is resolved, you gain power. When the
yes.
Goldar was like, you gain power when the card tells you you gain power. Uh, roll, yeah. So like that was kind of like something for me. Like when I was like, you're right. It's not just like gain power for damage dealt because that wouldn't have made sense with spenders. So it's when the attack tells you you gain power, and that is specified.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand what's happening.
Matt's in the chat is saying that Carnage still isn't in the game, so he doesn't know what you're talking about.
Well, I will not stand for this Carnage erasure. Carnage is a perfectly lovely model
Model.
that exists. I loved painting him.
Yes, yes.
I don't know who's
It's
attacking. Someone
X23 is just taking 3 damage
from Toad,
from
I
Toad.
imagine.
Ooh, that's big. I'm surprised. Am I surprised here that he's letting that go through? Uh,
Probably because he can't kill him, right? Like, I mean, does he want to
uh
spend his spend does he want to spend one of his healing cards on a character that isn't providing any actual
I mean,
like he's
exceptional
not providing it.
healing. Just
He's
like
got
it's so
exceptional
tough. It's
healing.
so tough.
He's got brace. He's got Xavier's dream. He kind of wants to probably save Xavier's dream for Shadowcat.
Okay, so Toad is doing a spender in X23 here. So I'm certain exceptional healing will be played if the damage is enough to KO, which it looks like it is.
We'll see. He might roll. He might convert. No, he's no. He should be playing exceptional healing if he remembers his cards.
Yes. All right. There we go.
In
So
hindsight, he should have played it first because it was more damage on the first attack. But what can you do?
yeah, it's hard to. You weren't technically you weren't dying, so that and you had 2 health left, right? If it put him at 1 health, he would have certainly played exceptional on the first. I would think.
Trying to get
Yeah,
Toad away. This invincible Toad just won't die.
I know, right? Crazy. I mean, like he's got brace still. Okay, so he can definitely Toad can survive through the throw. We're going for a sword roll here on Toad. He gets it. So rolls over X23. Okay. Rhino being at least like in my mind, I'm thinking like for Mike's sake, like Rhino being dazed here is like huge for the output. Look, we're seeing a storm throw on Ock. So the only other significant damage dealer is being displaced from the middle this battle rectangle here that the sword base sets up.
Yeah, I was surprised he went with Toad at that moment and leaving the extract just sitting in the middle of the board
Yeah, I
for
agree.
like literally anybody. Like Storm can go and grab it and then just move to a point. Like Domino could grab it. Like anybody could grab it, and he just left it there. I, I I don't know what he was hoping to gain with Toad's double activation, like double attack activation. Like maybe he tries to flip the point, which he did, but like uh but he could do that at any point
Yeah.
with like pretty much anyone.
What is oh yeah, I agree that the activation seemed weird, but I think it's a case of like my character, this is my most fragile character right now. If I don't activate them, I just won't get a chance ever, and that's probably what it was. And
I
so
guess.
uh yeah, yeah.
Better watch that angle there, Mike. You don't want him to hit into Okoye. Or maybe he does. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, but sometimes people get kind of locked up into this concept of like, well, I want to maximize my activations, but you should be playing for what's going to get you the best play, I guess. Like, it's true, Toad could die to anyone, but he's still in the same spot. Like he hasn't changed that scenario. He just did some damage to X-23.
Yeah. So
Probably set her up to be KO'd.
okay, so Aqua's displaced, and it looks like Storm has picked up the alien ship. Now the question is, where on the board is Storm gonna go? I can see her abandoning that flank because Beast has the power to move twice if he needs to, and then spend 2 power to throw Doc Ock, who's a size 2, or Okoye, who's a size 2, off of this Mike's home sword, and then just win the point automatically. Mike does currently have last activation, so this means that he would. It's like I can see why Storm could rotate off the flank. It looks like he is considering keeping her
Yeah,
there.
I don't know why you would keep her. I don't think you would keep her there. She's like the squishiest of squish, and
Yeah,
I would just move. He can't flip a point. If he felt like she was safe there, I could see her like doing an attack into Toad to try and kill him. But like otherwise, just move to the point, set up for next round. Like you just want to get away from both Rhino. Although Rhino's got so much power, he can be wherever he wants.
yeah. We'll
I
see.
think this is probably an unnecessary play. I think you're right. I think Beast kind of covers that back point well
Um,
enough.
yeah, and you're not giving yourself like enough of any sort of movement shenanigans here either with Storm.
And
Like your Beast is still gonna have to move twice, or maybe Beast can actually just move once, use a Storm Hop, and then move again to flip the opposing
the opposing
sword,
point.
which he wouldn't have been able to do before, but he won't have enough power to like displace anyone and flip it. So it'll be a 50-50 roll for Beast.
Oh, he only has three
Oh,
power. Beast only has three power. Like, that's still enough. That's still enough
it's
to do.
enough to throw and flip, but it's not enough to throw, flip, and do a storm hop. So Beast is might I'm thinking Beast is going to be rolling a 50-50 on the opposing sword based unless Mike
Unless
unless something
unless
crazy
someone
happens.
abandons it. Unless like TGLord abandons it with a Koye for whatever reason.
Yeah. So let's see. What does a TGLord do here? He's got a couple. He's got Okoye. So I mean, Okoye dazing Domino here might be something that he looks into. It would flip last activation back to you, which for TGLord, which is important here when Mike is setting up another big round for his pay to flips
I think you gotta
or
take
his
out Domino because if you don't take out Domino, Domino's gonna kill that Toad, and then take the extract, and then it's gonna be three extracts on the X-Men side.
yeah.
More likely than not. Like you could, she could try and take out. Oh, the lizard. Lizard's gonna try and kill Shadowcat, I guess.
Okay, Shadowcat's gonna buffer dice probably here. 2 power, gonna go to 5 defense. I would be surprised if he didn't do that. It's
Is there any reason you can't do it?
no, there is no reason why. And also, if you get pushed off the attack, you also get to bump, like do a range 1 bump. So you get to like
Yeah.
reposition. Like there. Okay, he's not doing it. I don't know. I'll have to. I'm gonna wonder why on that one. Um, but she does take only 1 damage. So
Maybe he wants the power for something.
yeah, that is
Maybe he wants the
definitely a
power to
thing
do
that could
something
happen.
else with her.
She does have a wicked good spender at 3 power, where she
Yeah.
can do a vision spender better because you also get a place on it. And but there's no characters here that are like vulnerable to that right now. Like they're not like that's like basically you can expect like a 3 damage ish range. And no, none of his characters, TGLord's characters, are like in that band, that health band. So
I think he's gonna try and push her towards Ock so Ock can try and kill her.
I'm surprised. Is he gonna pay this time? Ah, dude. Maybe. Oh, I think this was a case of Mike not wanting to pay because if he did, he and takes no damage, he'd be power starved. That's probably why he didn't pay it on the first one.
Yeah,
And now
yeah.
he's also not paying on this one, so I don't know.
Well, now he gets a reroll.
Oh, okay, that's a good point.
All those rerolls.
He's
Probably
probably
feeling
thinking
pretty.
it's only 4 dice. He's not gonna roll 4 successes.
He also has Xavier's Dream.
Okay, all right. You're convincing me. She's gonna take 2 damage here. Ooh.
So I could understand also just spending just so she can potentially get the one range one place. Now she's getting pushed right to like right now you got to go with her next round, her next activation, right? Like you just
Yeah, yeah, for sure he's gonna have to go with her. She is
is she
she's
like
holding an extract, and she's low on health. She's somewhat fragile, especially 2 health is of course very fragile. Um, man, if you park yourself right beside X23 and blow, you could kill you could kill your own character. So you don't want to do that.
I
So
mean, I think she should spend 2 power, put herself on that sword point, try and flip it, then double move away.
yeah.
That's
So
three
let's
power
see. I need to
spent.
look at her card again here. Can she can pay? Okay, she pays 2 to place 2. Okay.
That's what I would do. I place
Yeah.
2, try roll the 50-50, get herself under 3 power, and then double move away.
Yeah, I agree. Getting far away, winning the extract. Oh, but hold on. If you, which one? When you say pay, like, which one do you want to flip? Lizards, because he's already gone. That's what you're
No,
thinking.
the one that Okoye is sitting on,
Yeah,
because
but
she
then,
can't.
but I think that's a waste of power. You have a 50-50 chance of winning it, but then Doc Ock or Okoye just get the guaranteed flip back anyway.
I mean, at
So
this point, when she runs away, Okoye can get the 50-50, can flip it back. Either one, regardless.
yeah, I
But
can
at
see
least
that.
they're spending. You're right. This one's the better one because at least she's spending a move action.
Okay, so she doesn't get it. So all of that talk for nothing. All right, so she's going to burn more of her power, so she doesn't destroy X23 by doing the place and by then moving onto the back point and flipping it. So, yeah, she's going to try to flip this one now.
He's just checking to
I
see
think you go ahead.
if he can if he's just checking to see if he's able to get close enough and he can also like do an attack or something.
The answer,
But he
yeah, that's
should.
fair. You can't. He can't. So you do you what do you move? Can you get a hold on. You could do the 4 dice attack in a toad, get a wild, gets a range 1 place. You obviously have you have more power now too. And you could fish for the wild here and then get the range 1 place and a range 2 place off your superpower and then be able to flip the sword uncontested. So if you get the wild here, it's big. He's paying 2 power for
Uh,
the bump though.
yeah,
All right.
he should play that power regardless.
Now he's going into toad. Yeah, he's risking it. He's doing the
He's
line.
risking it for the biscuit.
If he gets a wild here, it's pretty good for Mike. Let's see if he hits that. He does not.
It doesn't even get the
Doesn't
damage. You
go
get
that
it.
damage. All right,
That toad is
his team is
invincible.
falling apart here. Man, the dice. It's funny because like if the dice connected there, he would have been like it would have been like big brain.
I mean, he's been trying to kill this toad all freaking game.
I
It's
know that's
just
crazy.
impossible.
It is.
I don't know if that's the right play. Mathematically, probably the right play.
Well, the upside would have been massive. Like the upside
Yeah.
is you now have 4 points. I don't know. You're basically locked into 4 points.
He needs to
Um,
do something about these secures though now. These secures are running getting away from him and
yeah,
flipping that secure back is would have been huge.
yeah. So let's see what he does now with Okoye. With TGLord now can go with Okoye or Doc Ock. Uh, Taking out Domino here would be pretty significant for TGLord, so I can't imagine he's going to hold on that any longer. The question is, do you do it with Okoye or Doc Ock?
I think
Yeah.
you gotta do it with Doc Ock, right? Can Doc Ock even I guess Doc Ock could get to that back point.
He one of I think that you yeah, I don't know. I
I was gonna say
maybe
you
you do it
have to
with
take out
Doc Ock, I
Domino
think.
because I was gonna say you have to take out Domino because otherwise Domino will kill that toad. But clearly that toad has no business in dying. There's no dying happening on that toad's side. So
Yeah,
that's just a
stop
fool
trying.
plan.
Stop trying. It's of course the past results will completely dictate what happens in the future. So if you
Gambler's
yeah,
fallacy.
that's right. So yeah.
He doesn't have much left to do though. I guess he's holding back Beast because Beast could pivot to either direction, which is smart.
Hey, if you're listening to this, anyone out there listening to this, and you're thinking Shadow Marvel's great, but I could do a better job joining Lucas on commentary, then
What? What?
message me because I'm always looking for commentary partners. We got a lot of top cut or got a lot of cut games in the TTS to stream. So I'm gonna need a lot of hands on deck. I like to stream with different people, and yeah. So if you got what it takes, just message me because like there's no lineup. All right, if you message me, like you're on the next cast, the
That's
next
basically what
cast.
happened. That's
We want
basically
Ashley on commentary. Okay, dude. I don't know if you like the problem. Here's the problem: is that is the humor of having my wife on commentary, uh, more important than like I don't know like
yes.
how serious how
It's
serious.
called it's called having a color person.
Okay, maybe I do it on a cast of maybe I invite Ashley on a cast when I'm streaming between people that I'm friends with, so that they don't feel I don't know like would you feel disrespected if I just like it was just a troll cast the entire time where uh it was basically just jokes and the commentary on the game state was like lacking in a significant degree?
I mean, me personally, the last 3 games I've played on stream, I've lost because of you, so I'm not gonna be party to that. But I don't think so normally. Like it's all in good fun.
Okay,
I,
Rob Floyd says
I,
you'll be down. All right, DM me on Discord if you're oh yeah that's Rob Real. He's in the game. He's in this event. So yeah, man, just message me on and you're in the lineup. All right.
all right, trying to kill that Domino. Uh, Not gonna be able to do it as long as Domino spends the power. Domino just spends the power not to die.
Okay. All right. Cool. I
That was
appreciate
a
the feedback in chat. All right. So Domino. Um. Wait. So who? Okoye went into Domino here,
yeah. So now Domino's gonna move, try and flip this point.
and she didn't. She didn't take any damage.
It
Is
takes
that what
no
I'm?
damage because
Wow.
she's Domino. I mean, it's 4 dice attack into Domino, who has like 3 dice with skulls. Pretty decent odds.
Okay. All right. That's great. That's great. All right. Okay. So Yeah. So let's see if what Domino's gonna do with the her second action. Looks like she's.
Just one, Mike. It's just one. It's not Mutant Madman. All right, he got it.
He got.
That's huge.
Oh wow, that was big for Mike.
That is huge. Now just kill the toad and
uh, yeah. Wow. That would be another VP swing. That'd be three. We would not be in a. There's no way he can win here, right? There's no way he can win out because Beast would need to score, flip both sword bases, which is not possible. So.
all right. That's
All
finally
right. All right.
you finally squashed the toad.
Yes. Yes.
I assume that was in toad. Yes. Okay. Um, Gain of power. She will blow up next turn.
Ooh, that is pretty interesting. Anyone range two, so ooh, that could be big. That could be a horrible situation where both the characters could daze. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, wow. So
Yeah.
let's see if that happens. It's always very scary when I play this mission as like the scenario team because like you're like holding on as as the other team is like putting work into you, and it's just like if you have a bad roll on the alien ship, it just like can all crumble. How could okay? So Vodka Blitz, he's missing the top right sword base. I don't see how he can get it. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Cole in chat. he, Alien ship just massacred his whole team when he was when Sooner and Cole were having their X-Men X Force duel. Uh, oh man, yes. Alien ship was not kind of Cole in that game. That was funny to hear about. I mean, as the teammate of your opponent, it was it was a pretty funny story. Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So it looks like Hawk is gonna rotate towards Lizard side, which, or maybe not. It makes sense because that's where all the extracts are. I mean, Storm has an extract too, but he's gonna have Prio. So I'm guessing he's gonna try and flip this point and then kill Storm next top of round 4.
Yeah, that seems very reasonable. Rhino is gonna probably try to like take out 2 or 3
If
activations on the top side, or try to like basically force out the rest of Mike's cards while doing so.
he
And
had
Mike
custom
gets it.
upgrades, it'd be a great time for Hawk to do it. All right, so
So Beast is going to displace Ock off the point and win it. I would imagine here. Um,
Or
or he's
he
gonna go
moves and just flips the point to
double
the right.
50-50s. I don't know.
I
Like,
mean, there's
oh,
no
you mean the
50-50 on
top
the.
one? The top one. I see what you're saying.
Sorry, well, I don't know I don't know how you have this
Yeah.
angle. By Toad, he can go. He can flip the one by
Fair,
Toad,
fair.
without a 50-50, or he can displace Ock. But where's he displacing Ock that is
Mm.
not like you don't want him anywhere. Like he's backstopped Ock against Rhino. So the only place to throw Ock would be to throw him towards where all the extract players are, and you don't want that.
Okay,
So he's gonna
so
go
hold
take the
on.
free
Oh
play.
man, if only he had X-23 in a different position, he could have storm hopped off of X-23 and flipped the point, and then did another move action to rotate to where Storm's point is and go for that flip. And then you at least are getting two flips, and one of them is a 50-50, but one of them isn't. So it looks like he's double moving Beast over
Might be
here.
Storm. He might still do the Storm hop because he could position him maybe in a better spot, like by the lizard. Having more power on him is good. Not spending all his power is good, so he can have that power for Xavier's dream.
Yeah, he,
But he is seeing what you're talking about. He's trying to see if there's a play.
it's just not going to get him there. I don't think. I would at least measure the range one off of this bottom, the storm console, and the medium
He,
move and the base, and like tried it, like
he
try to
did. He
see.
did. He swung the template.
Yeah.
I think he saw it wasn't working.
Okay. So he's going to flip this point on the sword, and go. And now it's going to be 14-7. Wow. Mike just has to basically hold on here, and he's gonna win. So let's see. TGLord has got to make a couple of big turns happen. This is where Xavier's dream could basically shut down the swing.
This is why he's holding it. And the other important thing here is that X-23 is like on the precipice of dying, but
Yes.
she's also the least scenario relevant piece. So wasting actions where that are very important, where all Mike needs is two VPs to win, is very like it's so tempting to go after her. But if you don't go after her, then she can just wreck house and get some of that health back.
One thing that TGLord, the small positioning thing here is that his Rhino Stampede is now impaired by Doc Ock's positioning. If Doc Ock was a little, like he positioned Doc Ock to be able to rotate to different points quickly because he's on in the inside of the rectangle of
Mm-hmm.
for the crisis, but now Rhino is in this weird position. Uh,
Well, he also did it
yeah,
to, I think, to backstop him so that Beast couldn't just throw him away into
he's okay.
obscurity.
All right, Domino's rolling here to see if the damage happens. One damage puts on, so it's going to be put on Lizard and Domino and Shadowcat because they were all alive at the time where the roll would take place.
Yeah.
Which is that, see that, there you go, softening up Shadowcat now on 1 health, Domino at 2 health, and Lizard has taken a damage here, but he has healing factor. He's tough hide. He's not, no, he's going nowhere.
I mean, 5 damage into Lizard's definitely possible by either Domino or X-23. It depends on what this is like. This is probably one of the most important activations for TGLord to make. He has Prio. He needs to do something about this. The extracts are all on Mike's side. He needs to keep Mike from scoring 2 VPs. He needs to have a very impactful first activation because he's got they're all softened up. Storm's the leader, but she's probably one of the harder ones to kill. And even if you do, I don't know if that's enough.
So yeah, Vodka Blitz is saying we can. He is anticipating two potential character dazes or KOs here. I think that the brace and Xavier's dream. Okay, it could shut down. I think both of those on their own shut down shut down two separate instances. So I think we're gonna see both cards get burned right away here,
Oh
and
yeah,
one character, and then probably one character going down on like the
I
second attack.
I think if yeah, these cards are not going to be here for very long because if Mike does not win out this round, he probably doesn't win out this game. Like if something goes so horribly wrong that he's that T that that TGLord is basically scoring what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got to score basically 6 points.
Yeah,
That puts him to 13. It'll be 13-14, and that means something horribly wrong has happened on the side of the X-Men.
right.
That there's just not going to be enough to respond to in the fifth round. So Mike needs to just essentially walk away with 2 VPs this round, or he loses.
Yeah,
Obviously, anything could happen, but
of course. Okay. TGLord's hand is on Toad. I'm like, oh my god, there it goes. Oh man, all right. He's going with Toad as a powerful opening activation here. Now, let's see. This could be a huge because then you're saving your more impactful models for later if this goes well. 3 successes with Toad into Shadowcat, who paid for the extra block, blocking
she should.
2 with a crit. Does she
Oh,
live? Oh,
she lives.
ooh,
She is incinerated,
that
which
is
is
big for
possibly more
Mike.
important.
Wow, because now he can
I mean,
play Xavier's Dream to guarantee one of his characters, like to guarantee his character lives. Assuming the damage that Toad rolls is not outrageous here.
Spendering again.
3 and X23.
So is X23 going to? Is he going to spend it for Xavier's Dream to keep
Oh
her
man,
alive,
I think you.
so
I
she
think
can
you do.
then do something?
I think you do.
He's checking to see what can X23 do? Because otherwise, you save it to keep Storm or Shadowcat or Domino alive.
Does Shadowcat just run to the board edge now?
Um,
1 VP there.
Probably the only one that can't get got by anybody if she runs away.
So maybe you okay if you let if you Nick in the chat saying you let X23 go, but if you do, then that's
Yeah,
one
I
less
think
power for
so.
Xavier's Dream. You think you should let her go?
Yeah, because you just
She's
like who are you worried about dying? You only need 2 power for Xavier's
You're worried
Dream.
about Storm dying and you're worried about Shadowcat dying. So you're
You're worried
saying
about one of them dying. So like if she lets him go, then Shadowcat runs away. That's 1 power. That's 1 VP that's basically secured. And then they have to kill one of Storm or Domino with Xavier's Dream. Storm obviously it's a bigger spend, but Domino only needs 2 power to keep her alive. So it's I think yeah, I that Xavier's Dream is much more valuable than
he's
whatever
playing
X23
it.
is
Oh,
going
he's
to do.
playing it here. He's keeping her alive.
Mm,
So
I don't know how I feel about that.
yeah, I feel like that not playing it there and okay, but he's still having Kitty run to the corner. So
Yeah.
basically, if you go into Storm or Domino now, you still have X23. The I thinking Mike's thinking here is you still have X23 to like clap back and like just like just I don't know,
You just
just
run to the corner of the board. There's no way he gets to you. You got
yes,
he doesn't have a range. He doesn't have the range 2 place available. It's just but 2 long moves should be enough
yeah.
to get him at least, especially because he'll be behind the Griffin statue. I guess the Griffin statue could be thrown away.
Yeah, you might not be able to escape a move, stampede, move, rhino, terrain throw into Shadowcat, but she does have brace, so that option is basically off the table, and that would take all of Rhino's actions to do that when he can be much more valuable, bouncing around the board and flipping sword bases and maybe
Yeah, the
dazing
sword
another
bases are
character.
also
So
important.
yes,
Yeah,
he needs to. TGLord needs to win all 4 sword bases here if he's going to win the game. Now at this point, that Shadowcat has run away with a piece.
yeah.
Yeah.
Killing Storm is almost irrelevant at this point.
Okay. We're seeing. So if I mean Storm is you definitely Domino double moving. Um. Yeah, I think that I don't see how this works out. For TGLord unless I don't know. I don't see it now at this point. He needed to not go with Toad there, I think. But let's see what happens. Doc
Yeah, the
Ock has
Toad
now
was
attacked into Storm and put 2 damage on her.
Yeah. So he
Oh,
needs to do
hold on.
something.
That
I
was
don't know.
that wasn't. Wait, who
Oh,
attacked
was it?
Storm here?
Maybe he was clicking on Rhino, but he has to place if he was attacking Rhino.
Yeah.
Doc Ock spent power, so it must have been. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
he's gonna spend her now into Storm. Who's probably gonna die because that was horrible. Probably
She's
gonna
dead.
just
She's
hit.
gone. Yep, she's gone.
Yep.
All right, so now is the answer running double walking domino away from the board, and is that what you're thinking?
Well. Hmm. Well,
You
I I I,
decisive.
I think yeah, because if they go after Domino,
The
then
points are open.
Beast and X-23 can try and flip sword points.
Yeah. So if X-23, no, there's no way. Mike's gonna not. So TGLord is gonna have last activation pretty much no matter what here. The only way that would not happen is if Mike was going to daze a character that hasn't activated yet on TGLord's side, because TGLord has already done that to Mike, and there's no real significant opportunities there that I can see that happening. So it looks like TGLord is gonna have one, maybe.
When
It's
did he
tricky.
spend Brace?
He just
When
spent
did
it for Storm, just from Doc Ock's throw.
That's weird. She,
Yeah, yeah,
she
that was
wasn't
weird.
she wasn't gonna survive. Like she's the bait.
Yeah,
She's the bait to die so that everyone else may live. So now there's this size 4 that's sitting there being very problematic for being thrown into a domino. Like
I
he
I
can't
can
go
see that.
south. Her he has to go north and then hope she survives.
Yeah,
And which she can because she's deceptively tanky.
I don't know, mate. But 2 health, like I don't think anyone's tanky on 2 health, so it's tricky. This column, size 3 column, size 1 base. Hmm.
He needs to get away from the terrain because he spent that brace on Storm. He needs to get away from terrain because the Rhino is what you're most worried about.
Yeah,
Rhino stampeding, moving, doing a big attack, and throwing a size 3 pillar. Oh my god, there's a size 3 pillar at the top.
I know. It's there's no real escape here. But you think you just move as far away
I
from
think you just go,
possible.
yeah, you just go to the board edge, in between the stuff, and then hope that yeah, the broken pillar is only size 1, so that's where you want to go.
Yeah, I can see that. Just straight out, just straight to the board edge. Hmm.
Or just, move into the middle of the fight and just shoot.
All right, all right. Mike's probably feeling the pressure here. Feels like the
Yeah.
game is can be just thrown away if with a late game blunder, which is definitely
Well,
true.
I felt that brace was a pretty bad move in this hopes that Doc kill wasn't gonna kill her.
Yeah,
Between Doc and Rhino, someone's gonna kill her.
I think what was gonna happen though is like he was hoping to survive and then double walk Storm away, and then
Yeah,
Then he's thinking Domino tanks this maybe, and if she doesn't, you've got Beast and X-23 to maybe get it back or so, like
he
that's
just
like the
needs
general
one
idea.
VP.
I know,
He
I
just
know, I
needs
know.
one VP. That's the thing. Like he could lose Domino, and it still would be fine as long as he holds one
Yes.
point.
All right, so Mike's
Do not go to that size 4, please. Mike, there's a size 4. You will not survive that. You've played enough Ultron. You should know.
he's doing it. I'm okay, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Oh man, oh man.
Mike is making me so
I
nervous.
know, I know. It's pretty funny. It's pretty interesting. I wonder what TGLord's thinking right now, like in terms of like because like when you're watching someone finish the game and you're like you've got this like line, you're like I hope they don't
He,
do the one thing I don't want them to do. So I
he
wonder what
keeps
he's thinking.
pointing it over there. Why is he doing that?
TG Lord is doing a good thing, keeping his blue arrow away from any sort of action here to give away any sort of tells. If you're
Yeah,
watching your opponent throw the game, you don't want to put your mouse in a spot on the board where you're hoping they don't go right. It's even like it's like table talk, or it's like in poker when you can only see their face and you have to do like tells at the table,
yeah.
and it's like your mouse, your little hand is like could be a tell.
He just doesn't want to get attacked by both lizard and like he's worried about going north because he's gonna get attacked by rhino and lizard and maybe even a koye. So going south means that he probably just gets a size 4 statue thrown at him, which he
Yeah.
will not survive.
Yes, yes. And it's
I
also
mean,
like a late game Rhino activation too, where it's like he's just basically flipping the sword and then hitting Domino like both in one single activation. Like that's what Rhino would probably be able to do there. So it's yeah, it would flip the game into TG Lord's position because now he'd be scoring all four sword bases and Mike would have like the one extract in the corner, whoop de doo.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
if he had the brace online, he could double move down, and it doesn't matter. Like I don't even think Rhino gets an attack into him. He only can throw. Like she would be completely safe if he had the brace online. Spending that brace on Storm uh,
Mhm.
potentially could have lost him the game.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
Dude,
realizing that now
what is he
as
thinking?
he's trying to figure out what's a safe
I don't
spot for her.
understand. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. We're on. I think everyone we've identified the card usage. There was
Yeah. The other thing is,
suboptimal.
what is it? Lizard also has 4 power, so he has a throw available to him. So he has to make sure that he's not in a spot that he can't be attacked and then thrown into a spot into like terrain.
Oh man,
Very
I don't know. I'm
now I don't know why his template's facing that direction. Maybe he's just feeling like he wants to be magnanimous and offer up the extract.
oh man. This is pretty intense activation here.
Oh yeah, I mean we've been sitting here for like 5 minutes. I feel waiting to see what he does.
There's no Tuggernaut saying he's got a lot of faith in Mike here. He's saying there's no chance he loses. Beast is gonna get him a VP. Well, hold on. The thing is, the problem with that is that Mike has last does not have last activation. So whatever points Beast gets, they can be undone. And look what's happened. What do you think?
I think. Well, I mean, he's still the sword bases is more important than Domino in the end, but Domino very easily dies from uh what a Rhino Stampede, double move throw, and then he picks up the extract.
So
On the flip side,
Domino has moved behind the size 4 here, so she's vulnerable to a terrain throw.
she will wake up and potentially just KO Rhino on round 5.
That can
I
definitely
don't know if
happen.
that's enough.
Maybe X23 if she survives. I'm like you probably Rhino probably just attacks her actually, so she probably doesn't survive. But maybe one of
Well, Rhino can't.
Rhino's gonna activate last.
Rhino's not going to attack her if he's trying to go after
No,
Domino
you place before. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you attack with X23?
because he needs to get close enough that it's. I don't actually.
Beast
Hold
is like
on. Let
body
me.
blocking here. I think too much, but Rhino's gonna activate last probably, if I had to guess, and so it means that like the board state's gonna be very clear on what the pathway for Rhino.
That's true, but I mean, someone has to take out Domino because if Domino doesn't take out the board state doesn't matter.
Okay,
Like
you think Rhino or is Nick's saying Rhino goes here. I'm not seeing. Okay,
I don't know if Rhino needs to go here.
All right, so we're seeing a auto kill on X23. It looks like into he's just gonna throw X23 onto the point, onto the terrain piece to KO her, and then Rhino Lizard's going to move back onto his sword base and flip it. Is what we're seeing. So now Beast is the only one left to activate, and we got Rhino and Okoye left. Ooh man. So it looks like Okoye. I see the problem now. Okay, so now my brain is catching up to Tuggernaut saying that Beast is going to flip 2 points because Beast is going to activate after Okoye, but before Rhino, and make Rhino have to do more things than he can
Yeah.
possibly do, and that's what's going to lock in the game. So yeah, that's
No, no, it's definitely. I agree with Tugger. Not. It's definitely in his favor. Um, but I think if he had the brace, it would have been locked. By spending the brace, it gives the opportunity for some craziness to happen, like I don't know, a Koye spiking Beast off the board or something like that.
okay. Who goes here? Rhino or Okoye? Nick is saying that Rhino goes here because he needs Beast as a platform to hop off. So it's like you kind of the line here generally would be move, attack Beast, get range one place off of him, slide towards Domino, and then Spender or then terrain throw into Domino. That's like the line that I think is being seen. And so we're seeing if Mike maybe Mike just like moves and tries to flip the point over Lizard. That's bad. I don't know if
I
that's
don't
bad.
know. I don't know if he can. I think Lizard body blocked it.
It's gonna come down to a 50-50 here, as Isaac is saying. Man, this game is pretty intense. That slide, man, that slide looks risky on the Doc Ock collision. I would hate for the game to come down to a bad movement tool placement, but yeah, that's just how it
Yeah, it's
is.
hard to tell with that big old piece of model sticking out.
Yeah, you can rotate the models on TTS. Pretty convenient. What do you think of that? Is there anything wrong with that? If I wanted to like move to rotate a model,
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's not.
especially
It's not
it's not
changing.
like it's real life where it's like you can like. I mean, even in real life, you could probably do that if your opponent was cool with it. Like if you
Yeah,
were communicating
if
with your
you
opponent
weren't
about it.
being like, yeah, communicating, not being like obvious or anything like
when
that.
uh
Like,
when Malekith was everywhere, it was funny because like you'd have to deploy him in like these weird positions, like facing with like his like facing backwards on the deployment edge because his wings were so disruptive to like trying to get his base flat on the board that like you just place him sideways or you'd place him backwards or in weird ways to make sure he fit properly in real life on the terrain and all that. But um,
yeah, and for some reason, there's no. I mean, there was no real reason you had to keep the wings on, though, right?
I
Aside
think
from the fact that they look
I heard
cool.
there
Like
was. I
people,
heard there. I heard you
I
did.
mean, they said that they ruled that the model has to be able to sit in the spot, but people mod models all
Yeah,
the
it's
time.
you.
Like I don't like I have my black cat standing on swinging off of a lamppost from the core set. Like that I don't see why people couldn't say like, well, I'm just not gonna build it with the wings and be super lame. I mean, that's totally their call.
Yeah, yeah. It was see the Montreal guys in the chat are mentioning the same things that I was. Is that they're remembering the same things? So it's like I heard that you like had to have the wings on the model or something like I don't remember the details because it's so from so long ago. But uh or who cares? It's really just up to the TO and if they're okay with it. Really, it's
Yeah,
you
I
got
think
just
it's a
make sure you
TO thing.
ask.
I think when AMG made their suggestion, it was the most innocuous of suggestions. This is
Okay.
interesting. I don't. He's trying to think if he wants to go with Beast. Is he worried that Beast is gonna get whacked here by Rhino? That's what he's worried about.
Okay,
Because
so if you go with Okoye here, I think you pass. I don't think he gets whacked by Rhino, and if Rhino goes and doesn't kill Beast, which he can't really, he has to kill him with one attack. Um,
yeah,
then
Mike
he
hasn't passed. That's the thing. Like,
he
what
just
is he?
he flips the point. Like he flips. He's got this point. So I can see the problem. I can see the problems.
He doesn't want to leave though, because then if he leaves, then Rhino just easily flips the point. Like, why not pass? Like, I don't understand. Like, if he double moves and flips
So
the point where what's his face is on, the Doc Ock is
then
on,
here we go.
then
Yeah.
it's a 50. I don't know. I don't agree with this.
Okay, so he's going with Beast. He's moved towards the Ock point. He's going for a 50-50 here. This could be a disaster, basically, right? Uh,
I think this is worse. This is a worse decision than
so
the
this
break.
this is brutal. Yeah, this okay.
This
All
is
right. You
like
definitely
what?
hold B so that yeah, cuz like they're saying like, "Oh man, yes, this is not good."
Wow.
He if he
Uh,
gets this okay, so if he gets it though,
but
it's
even if he
probably
does get
fine.
it, even if he does get it, Okoye can just double move and try and get it back.
Yes, yes, I agree. He doesn't get it. Oh.
Oh my God, this is it's so hard to watch. It's so hard to watch something like this happen.
Oh man, he does not get it. He does not get it. This is big. Holy shoot. Mike, what a crazy play. Oh no. Tugger not in the chat.
See Tugger not yet.
Oh
See what you
no.
did. See what you did, Tugger not.
Oh
Mike,
man.
it's been a disastrous round 4 for Mike,
Oh no,
unfortunately.
dude, that was crazy. Holy moly. Oh man.
So
Oh
what
man.
he needs to do. I mean,
Domino needs to
I
survive this. So it's good.
well
Yeah, like
first
can she get any? Oh yeah, and Rhino can
I don't even know.
definitely
Can Okoye double move to the bottom point?
the bottom. Like which one you mean?
Sorry, I'm
The
saying
toad
bottom point
point?
to the
Yes,
toad
for
point.
sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
So why? So she should go first. No, like don't try to mess up. Like, because if she flips that point, then Rhino doesn't need to worry about his positioning.
It's a guaranteed flip though, so it's like why does it matter? It doesn't matter.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, this is Domino needs to block a size 4 terrain throw to win this game.
This is brutal to watch.
Oh my goodness.
This is not even gonna need to use Okoye.
All right. There's a double walk with Rhino.
Double walk. Ryan's gonna flip the point.
Oh man.
Gonna stampede.
Oh, dang, dude. Well, she's got to block 4 here. She's got to block 4 on 3 dice. That's the only
5.
way she.
That's
That's
to
the only
block
way this happens.
5. 5.
No, because she has 2 health, right? So she can. If she blocks 4, she lives on 1. Damn.
Correct.
If only he Mike had a tactic card that could have prevented all of the collision damage.
That would be so good in this
Like
moment,
that
right?
would be pretty much like an
That
auto win for
you
Mike.
would have won the game if you could just negate all the collision damage right now.
God. I don't think they wouldn't print a broken card like that, would they?
No, not at all.
All right, this is gonna be rip for Mike. There it goes, 3 damage in. So
Yep.
Domino. Yeah. Ouch. Ooh, ouch. All right. So
What a brutal round. I mean, the worst part about this round is we have to sit through a round 5.
it's gonna be the foes are just going to
I
just
mean,
pick him apart
he has
now.
all the foes, and I mean, he now has to score more points. Yeah. Maybe. Eee. What a masterful round 1. Let's talk about the round 1, guys. The round 1 was so masterful by Mike. He did such a great job.
Oh man. Oh man. Oof. I don't know what to say. That was that was brutal. If you just pass with Beast, man.
Yeah, he didn't need to go with Beast because then he would have forced
If
either an open point or something. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. There's a damage on Beast and Doc. Okay.
So yeah, Beast will take a damage from the alien ship, and no one else rolls on alien ship. And have they done power phase already? Rhino now Rhino can just like kill also just take out Shadowcat like as a last activation, like if he wanted to later. Like it's 1 health on her. Like so Domino.
I don't know if Rhino wants to stay there, but it also kind of doesn't matter. now, now, now we're at a point
This is
where
sword based push. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, there's the sword based push, and now Mike has to prevent 3. Like I don't even know how that even happens. Like I don't even know how that even happens. The sword based push on top of it. His models are in the corner. Maybe they could impact the Toad flip. They won't be last to activate, so I don't see a world
All right, so
where
he's yeah. This is
sure, yeah, why not?
Toad's gonna pick this up, of course. So he needs a one-shot Rhino. Is like what we're seeing.
Not with that roll.
Oh, okay, all right. It's tough. That's a tough spot.
You
That's
should,
a tough spot for
there,
Mike, man. Oh my
I think at
goodness,
this
that's
point
crazy.
Mike is just rolling dice. He already knows he lost.
Yeah, yeah. I'm imagining.
This is
Yes, yes. That's a very fair point, Blitz. You don't give up because crazy things can happen in this game.
true. Yeah, I would absolutely play it out, but I I don't know how he prevents TGLord
Yeah.
from scoring
I
3.
think Simon
Just
is coming at it from from
4.
uh, from TGLord's perspective, where like a round ago we thought that he had him dead to rights, and the TGLord basically brought it back, took it back from.
I don't think so. I think that Mike made a series of series of decisions that were wrong, and I think that Mike will learn because he's a very smart player, and he always gets better with every game he's played.
Yes, yes.
And this has been a great learning experience for him. And I think that he will watch this tape back because I know he will, and he'll learn and get better. And that's really what's the most important thing is the journey. It's not really about the result of one game.
That is very fair. Yes. Yeah.
And I also blame Tuggernaut.
Okay. He's gonna stampede Rhino into this is into Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat, looking for 1 damage to take her out. There will be and gets it.
I will do it. He'll
Nice.
get it.
Okay. So now Rhino has 1 more action left. We'll see what he does with it. He doesn't. He could throw terrain in a domino. Size 3 is right there. So
Why
he
not?
can, yeah, you could soften her up if you need to, but you might as well. He's got tons of power. Okay. Oh, looks like he's maybe not.
He's opting just to not get murdered by Beast, I guess,
Yeah.
if that's even possible.
Okay. So now, all right. So now the play, you kind of just have to pass with Beast. You have to pass with Beast here, and you're holding no extracts. They're holding 2, so you just need to. I'm trying to like do the quick math here. What's going on this? The terrain throw? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
You're I love how you're talking about this as if there is a play line. There are 0 play lines because he doesn't have last activation. The
yes,
play
that
line
is true.
is that he survives uh 2 spear blasts from
Yes,
Okoye and
yes.
all of and an attack and a spender from Ak, and then is able to take the extract off of Ak and flip all the sword points.
So the I mean yeah, of course. Yes, the game is over unless TGLord literally throws it harder than we just saw. So um so the what
Love you, Mike.
yes, yes, yes. Mike is a great guy. I love talking
He
to Mike.
is.
So anyway, the one thing that could do that like can get you last activation here is if you pass a bunch with Beast and then somehow are able to daze the character that hasn't gone yet. Of course, TG
So just
Lord is I'm very okay. That makes it even more
I
impossible.
mean, that's what you do, right?
Yeah, you just make it impossible. All right, there you go. That's 3. So Mike has to win 3 sword points to win the game,
uh,
which is not, which is of course he's 3 power, so
I mean, he's about to get some more power. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that's interesting. Let's see here. Three. If he scored 2 to
Oh, good block.
5. Yeah, yeah. Three.
So
Needs 3 sword points. Okay.
takes 1 damage. That's not so bad. Not so bad. Take that. I'll take that power.
Okay. Okoye's going here.
Koi used to have a reroll when she attacked with this attack.
That was yeah.
That'll be another damage. Yeah, probably. Gotta save those rerolls for when Ak attacks.
Yep. Yeah, you save. You just all TGLord has to do is here is not go with Lizard right now.
Yeah, Lizard just needs to stay.
If Lizard, if 3, if Lizard goes here, you give Mike a window to activate. You give Mike a line to win the game. If you daze Auk and take both of these uh, both of the bottom sword bases, you win the game if you're Mike. So that's why Auk needs to go now to prevent that from happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, throwing beast. Exactly. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah. So there we go. Let's see what's happening. We're doing a
Beast,
spender.
Beast is attacking Ak.
Oh.
He is not passing.
Okay. Now I think that no matter what happens here, Lizard wins the game for TGLord.
Yeah. It's, but that's also very possible anyway because Lizard can get anywhere and take back sword points.
Yes.
He's the last one to activate.
Yep.
Looks like Mike might be second guessing his decision. Also, Ak could just throw Beast really far away. He doesn't really need to do anything. That's sad. That's a sad spender.
Okay. Yeah. Not anything.
At the very least,
All
I
right.
would have tried.
They've called the game, so we're going to
Okay.
jump in their chat.
Okie dokie.
I haven't been playing X-Men, so like playing a fucking event with it is just not what I want to be doing right now.
Hey guys.
Ooh,
Hey, Lucas.
Mike, walk us through what's going through your head.
I really regret playing in the event, keep it 100%, just because I haven't been playing X-Men, and it's like super obvious as you watch the game where I am doing things and having to read the card during the game, and it's just like insanely frustrating. Like you can see with the X-23 missing what the frenzy does. You saw it the other day where I tried to throw a size 3 with Storm. So like I just am not in the mindset of playing X-Men right now. So like it's like super frustrating when you know you can play better, but you are
Yeah.
not because you've just like the last 6 weeks was all Brotherhood and Hellfire stuff, and so now I'm just super annoyed
Well,
because like that.
you did have a very strong round one, and
That round one
we
was
didn't see the
fantastic.
play. We didn't see the play, but then when you kind of like put it all together, it was very good. We
Yeah,
loved a lot of the first half of the game. We thought you were playing phenomenally. So, yeah,
I agree. I agree. I didn't see his round one play too. Yeah, was pretty good round for him.
and
Yeah,
you go ahead, Mike.
I debated at the end, like I knew he was gonna get a size 4 throw in the domino. So or before that with 23, I was just debating whether to go with her, attack Ak, and go to that point. I probably in hindsight should have gone with her first. I don't even remember why I chose to move Domino first. I think leaving Domino here is better, so at least when she goes down, I have attacks. But I felt no matter what, if she went down, Beast wasn't going to be the guy to punch through Lizard or Rhino.
Yeah.
So like 23 should have went just so she could heal too and see what happens from there.
Yeah.
Was she still around at that point? You moved Shadowcat. I thought did she not die in the next
Yeah, I don't
activation?
remember what his next activation was, but
I
Domino was
think
here. Domino was over by Lizard, and 23 was here. And I think I went Domino before I.
Yes,
Yeah, I went
because Lizard
Domino.
then threw X23 as the response.
Because that was like I
yeah.
took a super long time on
Yeah.
that turn debating
Yes.
between the double move. Because like it's not likely Domino lives through the size 4, but if she does, I win. 23 probably should have gone to get over to where Beast is, and so I could have 2 chances at the 50-50. That was probably like, well, that was a big mistake, but it was a gamble, a low percentage gamble. I don't really know what I was thinking or why I took that over the slightly better 23 play.
So Mike, I think uh, that probably wouldn't have even mattered if you had kept Brace online. If you kept Brace and you let Storm just go, you probably would have been able to double move Domino, and both of your extract carriers would have been safe from harm.
Yeah, I was just greedy. If Storm survives the second attack, which she's unlikely to do, she can double move, and I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I braced there.
Well, either way, both players, TGLord, you also played really well, and you were in a pretty significant deficit, so you
Yeah.
basically were in a position where you had to play optimally as long as
Yes.
possible, and we saw, I mean, we saw that happen. So you made a lot of great decisions. So yeah,
Yes.
it was yeah, I don't know what to say. What are your thoughts on the game?
Uh, I felt pretty bad after run one for sure. I didn't even think that I could have come back from this. I try to keep it simple with all my activation. Try to maximize all the movement and the flips and see what happens, and it works. But it could have go either way. I think even at the end, I think it was like if he succeed the 50-50 flip with Beast,
Yes,
and I fell with Okoye, he wins. So
that's
so
right.
it
That's
was
right.
a pretty close game.
Yes, it did. They basically came down to the last couple dice rolls. So yeah, that's always very fun games to watch. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this stream. So thank you very much for letting us stream the game, and this means that the Montreal Shark Tank are up 2-1 this round, and the next two
Yep.
games are happening Friday and Sunday. So we're gonna see if they're able to take this one, or if Pork Roll can take round two. And
Yep.
so anyway, thank you very much for the game, guys, and have a good night.
Thanks, Lucas.
All right, that's it for this game. Thank you, Shadow Marvel, for joining me on commentary. That was a lot of fun, and both players played really well, so it was really cool to see. Of course, late game blunders happen to everyone, and I've made a few. So if you so yeah. Anyway, we'll catch you guys later on. We don't have a stream on the Friday game yet, so I will be we'll post about that when that gets locked in on Sunday. Chewy from the Danger Room is going to be streaming that game Sunday evening, so check that out. All right, catch you guys later.